What? Karan Soridariel Angie greetings.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, 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 and welcome back. How's it going, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Button. Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. Hello. Duck is EP. Duck's always EP. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a Wednesday stream. A rare Wednesday stream, but we have a good reason to be here today. Before I get into that, really quickly, Ken say good afternoon. Jesse, good morning. Renoa, congratulations on the first, and good afternoon. Maddie, good morning, Maddie. Arian, thank you for the 85. Fuck. Holy shit. Thank you, Arian. I hope you're well. Hello, hello. Can't say thank you for the hydrate. Hold up. One hydrate. Get. Liko. Good afternoon, Liko. How you doing? Hello, hello. Welcome on in, everyone. Galondier, good afternoon. Wees. Hello, Wees. How are you today? Hello, hello. Misty, good morning, Misty. And Jimmy, good morning. You are some 24 hours late. 24 hours late? For what? For what? Because stream yesterday, I didn't have internet yesterday. I'm sorry. My internet died. I couldn't stream. I wallowed in darkness yesterday. We didn't have internet, I had nothing to do. And by the time internet came back, it was a bit late to fire stream. Brethren, hello, brethren. The Ducks never not EP, that's correct. That is correct. The lack of vitamin D is terminal at this point. Yeah. Either best ducking never reset or something fucky happened in the first 10 minutes. No, I have to manually reset it, and I forget about that a lot. There we go. There. Go ahead. Maddie, you are the best duckling. And thank you, Jimmy. Thank you. Galondia once again doing gacha events on the very last minute. Name a more iconic duo. Actually, here's a more iconic duo. Galondia doing gacha quests late and then bitching about it for the next hour or so. That's the duo. That's the pairing right there. Quack indeed. Quack indeed. So, we're here on a Wednesday, and I always feel like I have to explain myself when I'm here on a Wednesday. But before that, Craig! Hello, Craig. Can't say you are the best duckling. Well done. You thief. Hello, hello. I always feel like I have to explain myself when I'm here on a non-stream day. So, we have a really, really, really cool opportunity today. And that is that the wonderful folks over at Kepler have given me access to Solasta 2. Which is like, not usually happening. I have early access to Solasta 2, which drops tomorrow. Only 90,000 points left until 2 million? Damn! Arian, goddamn. Menden, good afternoon. And Crambo, good evening. MJM, good afternoon. Hatchney, good evening. Hello. No, fuck you, Galandia. Alex, good evening. Hello. Each card rarity has its own timer? No, each card has its own timer, I can say. If you're thinking about cooldowns, all cooldowns are card based. I think there's like a global cooldown for something, but in general, the cards are all on their own cooldown. Yep. I tried the demo of Solasta 2, it wasn't bad. Balth, good morning. Okay, let's talk about this. So, famously, I want to give you a bit of a I didn't prepare an opening speech for this. Maybe I should have. Because I feel like us going into Solasta 2 today requires some explanations, if that makes sense. Steam dudes locked me out. Hold up, Brethren, I get you. I got you. I just need to like relog in. So famously, my Solasta 1 coverage was very, very short. There you go, brethren. Thank you for the points. Thank you very much. What's happening? Ducks. I forgot which one. Hold up. I will finish the sentence. You people. So famously, my Solasta 1 coverage was very, very short. And that is because I absolutely fucking hated it. I absolutely hate. Damn, voice cracking. Holy shit. I feel like I'm 13 again. Awful. I absolutely hated Solasta 1. To the point, no, shut up. Okay, that's what I can do. To the point where they messaged me about playing the DLC and I just flat out went, no thank you. I'm not touching this game. So there's a user-based rarity cooldown, I can say. Anyway, because we call this the Magnus proofing of the system, because I specifically didn't want Magnus to just spam cards every 2 seconds like he does in every other fucking channel. And you all are proving my point right now. I'm finishing this sentence and then I'm going to deal with your bullshit. I appreciate you all being here. So, I really didn't like Solasta 1. And I can tell you why. And a lot of the why is going to lead us into Solasta 2 today. Solasta 2 is a CRPG, for those of you that don't know. It is a CRPG based on Dungeons and Dragons, which is obviously something that we're getting a bit of these days, right? The Pathfinder games are exactly that, based on Pathfinder. Solasta is based on D&D 5e. Well, 5e now. And on 5 point, whatever the fuck the current edition is called, E right now. Solasta, however, and we will be comparing it to Baldur's Gate 3 a lot, however, it is important to know that Solasta's aim is a bit different. When Larian made Baldur's Gate 3, they took a lot of liberties left, right, and center, and they put the storytelling first and foremost. Solasta 2's aim is more to provide a more accurate picture of D&D combat. And that is a worthwhile goal. If you ask me, that's a fine goal to have. However, it comes with a bunch of caveats, and I want you to keep these in mind as we're going into coverage today. And that is that famously, I think D&D combat is awful. I believe that Dungeons & Dragons is a wonderful tabletop game, not because of its combat, but in spite of it. And thus, a game that is aiming to be exactly that, I'm sure you'd agree, could run into some issues. Now, I'm going to go into Solasta 2 freeing myself from my hatred for the first one. If the game's great, the game's great. If it's bad, it's bad. We're going to go through it together and we're going to see what we find that is good. We're going to see what we find that is bad. For all of my D&D players out there, feel free to like take your little backseating hat and put it on. You have my permission. Mods, please don't kill them. We're doing like a bit of a full backseating stream today because I want to explore this together with you all. The game comes into early access tomorrow, so we're on a content creator preview press thing. And yeah, we're just going to go into this together. I just want you to know where I'm coming from. Like, I do want to wear like that bias on my sleeve, okay? I'm not going to pretend that I'm not biased. I'm not going to pretend I'm not biased here. But for once, I'm biased in the other direction. For once, I'm not inclined to like immediately love the thing. For once, I am trying to safeguard myself against hating it immediately. And I hope you all can trust me that I'm attempting to do my very, very best here. I'm going to be trying hold me to it if you think I'm not. Do hold me to that, but I will do my best here. 5 minutes into it, I still hate it. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? I'm going to try not to do that. And hello, Sinjin. Hope you're doing well. Now, as I've done that, let's go add some ducks. Hold up. We have... Hold up. We have a duck. Where's the Kensei? Let me add Kensei. I can find Kensei. There we go. The old file system, I was looking for Kensei Seraph, and that's a longer name, so I was just looking around K, and then looking for longer names. In the new file system, it's just Kensei, so I always miss it, because I'm still looking for a longer name. A duck? A duck? What a surprise! But yeah, so, disclaimer, as always, Kepler gave me access to the game. That means we're under sponsorship thingies, right? We're going to be under sponsorship thingies. That usually means that we're going to try to be on our best behavior. You know that I'm not. I'm going to be on whatever fucking behavior I feel like. But I need you to always be aware of these things in case of like blatant bias towards either direction. I think I've tried to explain where I'm coming from. Let's go dive in, shall we? We've got a couple of hours today, and I really want to look at it. One of these days, I'm going to talk shit about a game that I get sponsored to play, and it's going to get me blacklisted from everywhere. Not too much cussing, no. I'm going to tell people to fuck right off, like... I'm still going to call people a cunt. Don't worry about that. That is very loud. That is very loud. And Maddie! Maddie, thank you for the cards! Thank you! Good luck! Good luck, good luck, good luck. I hope you get all the good things. It is capturing. Wonderful. Feed the ducks. Why should I? Is that anywhere? Did I miss that? No, I didn't. Not too loud for us? Okay, so as long as it's not too loud for you all, that's wonderful. Someone redeemed it? No, Brevin had like his own little cards. That's separate. That's a different thing. Don't lie to me. Oh, why did the game mute itself? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Time to ask a question? What's your question, Loki? What's your question? Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. There. Oh. Okay. Hold up. Let me make that real quick. Let me make that for everyone. So, Hatchney, thank you very much. I'm going to post a link in Twitch chat in a minute. And it is a link for free cards. Free cards. So, the first 5 people to click that and redeem it on the site get a free card pack. No other strings attached, you just need to redeem the thing for the first 5. Thank you, Hatchney. That is a lot of points. And I'm going to go post the thing in 3, 2, 1, go. Here's your latency check. Will I ever have enough soup for these spoons? I don't know, Hatchney. I don't know, Menton. I don't think so. I love feeding ducks bread, but only a little bit as a treat. Only a little bit. Bread also isn't all that great. Only a little bit. Next, is Solasta 5.5? I think so, but I don't really know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have not even looked at 5.5 because of my general kind of madness on D&D 5 in any way, shape, or form. So I couldn't even tell you the difference. I could not tell you the difference, really. Scrungle? Oh god. That's the wrong Scrungle. Hold up. Where's the right Scrungle? There's the right Scrungle. Aha! Oh god, this one still has all of the things attached. Hold up, this one still has everything attached. Great. Wonderful. And now Kensei's gone. Awful. Is 4E the only real D&D? No, Pathfinder is the only real D&D, but you can fight me on that. Actually, you don't need to fight me on that. I don't care. I don't give a shit enough to care. Like 4 definitely isn't it. Rev Affid thrown in the studio trash. No. He has just been unequipped. He has just been unequipped. Don't worry about it. That's all it is. All right, so. Let's go mess with things, shall we? Let's go mess with things. The only real D&D is homebrew? That's my girl right there. You're absolutely right. Sorry, that was weird. Apologies, Alex. You're absolutely right. The only real D&D is homebrew. Why would I fight you for a partially correct opinion? Hello, Ring Song. And Igor, good evening. Hello, Igor. No, the real answer is you play whatever fucking system you enjoy. Pen and paper tabletop gaming is something that is really fucking fun. It is something that I wish more people got a taste of and more people got to experience. And I don't care what system you play in. I hope that you just have fun with the people around you. That's the thing that matters. Systems are temporary. Who gives a shit, right? I've played D&D 1, I've played 2, I've played 3. Well, no, I never played 3. That's a lie. I played 4, I played 5, I played 5e, I played a shit ton of 3.5. I've played all of these. And to this day, it doesn't matter. What matters is that I had some really cool sessions with friends that I can still talk of to this day. But for most of these, I couldn't even tell you what system we were playing at the time because it just flat out doesn't matter. Fuck systems, make memories. Who did I just miss? Maddie! I've missed a Maddie. Hold up. Let me get Maddie. You can already tell one thing that I currently despise. For those of you that have been here for longer, you will already be able to tell that I'm currently very unhappy. Because the game is... Why is it... Hold up, everyone shut the fuck up for a second. That doesn't work, Alex. Wrong model. Why are my fans firing ultra hard right now? Why is this? I don't know. Hold up, I don't know what I'm pressing. I can hear my fucking graphics card crying for help. You hit the fan on? No, I don't. Holy shit! Okay, now I'm worried. Why is this happening? At a global FPS cap, I already have it set at 90, Krembo. I already have that. That, like, good suggestion. Really good suggestion. Already done it. Okay, what do I set that to, Ring Song? As someone that's incompetent, what do I change? Does it have ray tracing? I guess we set this down to like something less than that? I don't know.
What? Good time to inquire in France.
Hey, Furthen! Hello, thank you for the 61. Sorry, Furthen, I'll thank you later properly. I'm currently panicking. Okay, that sounds better. Try setting that to DLSS. This. We're setting it to that. Tech issues? No, it's making my fan spin the fuck out. Any better? Yes. Noticeably. Noticeably better. UE5? Yeah, I was gonna talk about that later, Kremo, but Set DLSS and then upscale to quality or balanced. Can I do that anywhere? To that. Okay, it's no longer trying to take off. It's no longer trying to take off. Fucking hell. Oh. Okay. So first thing that I want to check before I have a little freak out about it. First of all, I'm going to make this slightly louder for you all. Please stop closing the menu when I click apply. It's not a gameplay thing. I need to look for something real quick. This, by the way, this here is on by default. That's not it. This is just controls. I really shouldn't need to do that, but I guess we're just going to. Nope. Okay. So, first things first. There is no ability to make the game not unmute when I tap out of it. The game auto-mutes when it loses focus, and I cannot change that. We have our first mark. Like, I fucking hate that shit. I absolutely despise that. It is one of my major pet peeves with video games. Games that auto-mute on losing focus. And then you don't have an option to get rid of it. You do not have an option for it. So there we have the first thing. Second mark, we're starting with 2 marks. This game is in Unreal Engine 5. That's it. It's in UE5. Cool. You might also want to turn off frame generation. Sure. We're just turning things off. Thank you, Beth. Why is it Unreal Engine 5? I don't know! I have no idea. As you can see, the lighting's still really fucking questionable. Is the game this blurry or am I making that up? I wish I could zoom in. Wait, what the fuck? Early access unoptimization, high GPU utilization even on low. I mean, yeah, I can tell. I can fucking tell. So, I don't know why this is in Unreal Engine 5. It doesn't need to. It shouldn't be. On first boot up, it was trying to render like 10,000 different shaders. It literally had like a little count on the loading screen. Shaders rendering 9,000 something. Cool. FrameGen is only available for 40. I'm on a 4070S, Crambo. I'm on a 4070S. There are many problems. Hold up, we're gonna try something. I'm gonna try to just put these back to where they were. Oh, there is no medium high. There's only medium and epic. It doesn't go higher than that. That's wonderful. Okay, now this still doesn't look great. Shader pre-caching is the new hot shit? Yes. I would need an essay to tell you why. Absolutely killed the shit out of frame generation wherever it rears its head. Okay. Restarted the game. Honey, I'm busy ranting. I'm waiting for my GPU to take off again. We are going to restart it just to be safe. We are going to restart it just to be fine with everything. And that is a good shout. That is a good shout. Ignore the fact that I'm standing in the middle of my room. Once again, the stream setup has not been optimized for scrungles. Theory is theory. In practice, that's what I see most every time. Loud. Hello, Care Wife. Wait, did you hear her? Oh, oh, sorry. Somehow my, like, sound anything is a bit shit today. Somehow my sound setup is a bit shit today. Apologies. Not meant to. There we go. It takes a bit to capture. Okay, here we are. I'm gonna listen for it. I'm gonna look at my temperatures. Oh, it's the recompiling of shaders issue? What do you mean?
What? Why are there 2 7s here and I don't know what to do with them? Any ideas, Karn blank?
Well, it would have been worse if one of them was a 6, Craig, so... Craig, thank you for the 77. German für the Schnapszahl. Do with that knowledge what you will. And code, you are the best duckling. Well done, well done. Someone was vacuum outside my door and I started panicking that my own card was exploding now. No, 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 no. No, I just say that randomly, Renoa, sorry. Okay. Okay. It seems to be fine. It seems to be fine. Less panicking. So, we have two points already. First point, no ability to not make the game mute when you tap out of it. So every time I have to do stream stuff now, you're gonna notice, because you're gonna, like, hear the game auto-mute itself. Fuck that. Second of all, Solasta 1 was a Unity game, if I'm not wrong. Like, please do correct me on that. If I'm wrong, absolutely correct me. We ban people with shit opinions, not people for correcting me. I am wrong all the time. Please, by all means. But I believe it was in Unity. Hope it's an option in the settings. It's not an option in the setting, Retro. It's not an option in the setting. There's nothing here, there's nothing in gameplay, there's nothing anywhere. This game mutes on loose focus without the ability to change it. And then, so first one was in Unity, and that is fine. Unity has its own issues, but Unity's alright. I'm not a game developer, don't quote me. I have less problems with Unity. This one is an Unreal Engine 5. I cannot put into words why I hate Unreal Engine 5 so much. I'm sure some of you more technical-minded people will be able to. But I fucking hate Unreal Engine 5. Everything consistently looks the same, it runs like shit, and I've only ever had issues with it. Duck is right, okay, cool, cool, cool. So, we're gonna find out how this one handles. Let's go do this, shall we? Let's go and do this. We have a bad start. That doesn't have to mean everything. Bad start could be fine. New adventure. Can I be petty? Can I be petty real quick? Hold up. Okay, this isn't legitimate criticism, right? This is not legitimate criticism. But I want to be petty just for a very, very quick second, okay? Hold up. As if we can stop. Yeah, but you know what I mean. Hold up. Graphic design is my passion, dude. What? Why? What? And my graphics card is trying to take off again. Okay, never mind. We're turning these down. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. It's gonna look less anything. I don't give a shit. We're about to play a CRPG. It can look like what it wants to be. Alright, so that's me being petty out of the way. Let's do this. Get a recommended difficulty. Can I skip recommending difficulties? Thank you. New adventure. We have the mark of... So in German, that name would be Mareike. That's just a name. That's just a female first name. I'm damn sure that's not what this is. Mareike? Maraike? If this is a D&D thing that someone needs to teach me about, go ahead. While I have played every edition of Dungeons & Dragons, I've also never read any lore of Dungeons & Dragons, because my god. Don't forget to put the Kensei duck back on. The Kensei duck is on the other model. I'm not gonna fucking update that every time I go anywhere. No. The mark of Mariah Carey. There we go. Let's see what we have here. follow the fate of the Colwell family across the continent of Neokos. Alright, so there's our campaign. Wonderful, wonderful. We have difficulty, Authentic Explorer. Explorer sounds like the simple one. We're gonna go with Authentic. And then starting level 1, Tactical Adventure. So far, so good. Once again, what I'm expecting out of Solasta 2 is kind of the legacy that Solasta 1 started. A more accurate view of the Dungeons & Dragons combat system as compared to the liberties that are taken in other adaptations, like in Baldur's Gate 3, right? Great game, very loosely based on Dungeons & Dragons. Create your party. Ah. Oh no. Oh, I see. Oh. Oh. Oh, we're making a lot of characters today, huh? I have a fill party button. I wonder what this does. That is cursed. That is very cursed. This is the single largest this is the single most cursed head to body ratio I have ever witnessed. Oh, copies? Because they're supposed to be a family, I think that's the idea. Hold up. Hold up, we're gonna refire that. I want to see what it generates. No, 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 no. Please go away. Create. Does it generate different ones every time, or is it... So I don't know what the first one did, but it's not less cursed. It doesn't stop being cursed. Local streamer presses auto-gen, then confused when game makes cursed things. I get it, I get it, I get it. We're gonna make these from scratch, I suppose. A family but noticed the same race. Yeah, I noticed that after I said that. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Alright, let's go make people. A quick generation. Quickly generate a character, select entity, class, and background. I want to try all of these. The game is getting into early access tomorrow, so we're not going to set up for like a major playthrough right now. I want to explore what the game has to offer. So let's start with a quick generation. Then we'll go through an advanced generation to see what the difference is. And then we're going to look at a pre-made. And then the last one, I'll let you decide. Quick creation. So, step-by-step character creation for experienced players. That's for advanced. We're going to do that next. We have our class. We have options. Cleric, Fighter, Paladin, Rogue, Sorcerer, and Wizard. So we have 6 classes available right now. What do you want to make, chat? What do you want to make first? What do you want to make first? A Sorc? So the one fucking spellcaster? 2 Sorcs? Okay, we're making Sword. Barbarian? Bard is not an option. Neither is Barbarian, by the way. Healer first, always? Always Sorc? Okay, we've got Fist, Monk, not an option. Lizard, not a class! Sorc it is. Let's go make Sorc. So the game is suggesting our points here for us. Strength, 14 dex, so that you can hit your raise. 13 con, interesting. 11 int. You know what? I'm not going to second guess this. I'm gonna roll with what they... I assume this is the button that says, hey, fuck with it. No, it's not. That would be an advanced. Okay. For our ancestry, we have dwarves, elves, halflings, and humans. So the standard problem. Sorc is a charisma caster, which is why you didn't hear me go huh at charisma, but rather go huh at 12 int. It's yeah, I know. I'm aware. I have played these games before. So I don't know why we're starting on 15 charisma. That's a bit low, but hey. What do you want, chat? What do you want? I want to make a halfling sork. I like halfling sorks. Info skills. Shut up, that's not a rogue. Skills on a sork, huh? Yeah, you're gonna be fancy about this, huh? You're gonna be smart to throw furballs. Well, furballs are not a first level spell, so you won't be seeing them this playthrough or this stream. Wild magic halfling sork always goes hard. You're mentioning a lot of words that I like, Nyx. I like a lot of those words. I'm here for halfling sork. Okay, we're going halfling sork. So what are we getting? I'm gonna go through all of these. I'm pretty sure these are exactly the D&D attaches that we normally have, but for everyone that isn't super familiar with them, I'm gonna move Zoe a little bit so that she stops being in the way. Zoop. And then we'll all go through everything so that you all know what we're doing. Brave! You have advantage on saving throws you make to avoid or end frightened. Nimbleness, you can move through the space of any creature that is a size larger than you, but you can't stop in the same space. Most notably, our size isn't listed anywhere, but that's okay. Luck, when you roll a 1 on a d20 test, you can re-roll the die, and you must use the new roll. I always like luck. And natural stealthy, you can take the hide action even when you're obscured only by a creature that is at least one size larger than you. You can hide behind other people. Cool. Brave to haul the ring to the mountain. Correct. Halflings are spread from the northern marshes of Solasta to the southern seas. Short and nimble, they're known for their bravery, Despy. There is no option to read the rest of this. I can't click anything to read the rest of this. Okay. Okay. I guess. Alright, next up we have background. And we have academic, acolyte, aristocrat, artist, ascetic. Ascetic? Ascete. Asceticism? I think it's asceticism in English, right? Asceticism? Fuck, I don't know. Is that a soft or a hard C? Huh. We found a UI bug? That's not a bug. Lawkeeper, lowlife, occultist, philosopher, sellsword, spy, or wanderer. I would like to go... I think spy is really funny. I want spy. I said with a hard C. I would too, but I don't know whether that's like because that's what you do in German. Like, I think like Germanic based anything, you go with a hard C there. It's ascetic. A party of lawyers solving cases the hard way. So we're going, so you wanna have everyone be a lowlife, huh? That's the idea? Great. Lawkeeper? Lawkeepers aren't lawyers. We don't keep the law. We wield it. Perception, deception, herbalism kit, and we get vigilant. Gain proficiency in perception. If you already are proficient, you gain expertise in perception instead. Being surprised doesn't impose disadvantages on the initiative roll. Once a hostage from a noble family, learned the craft and ways of espionage the hard way. Bent the letter to bypass the spirit. Listen. And we also have general stuff. We have general everythings here. Hold up, let's get out of this real quick. Oh, these lead to different points of the same thing. Okay. Head presets. You know, I have a minor gripe, but it's gonna sound weird. First of all, I don't know what preset we're on. I don't think we're on any preset. We're on custom values, yeah. Oh, we're shape blending, I see. I never much care for shape blending editors, because in my opinion, they get weird. They get really weird. In presets, it's fine. Fine. Bald 1 or bald 2? Skin color, tint, brightness. Oh god, oh lord. If you move this into any value that isn't 0, you're going to get flashbang to fuck. You can either be a human or you can be Michael Jackson. This is great. Quick disclaimer, I don't believe in don't speak ill of the dead. What else do we have? Color saturation? Oh, you can also be orange. Low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit. Intimidation advantage. Yo, you've got dark vision in every light condition. What are you playing? I'm playing a light bulb. You know, most kids don't get that MJ joke. Most kids don't watch this channel, Balthazar. You all are 30-something. Shut up. Let there be light. Yes. See, Retro gets it. Let there be light. We can do fun things. So far, I'm going to say I like the character creator. I do like this. Wrinkles. Freckles? Wait, freckles. Freckles are a blessing? Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Freckle mirror. We don't need to mirror them. That's fine. Positions. There are so many freckle options. This is a good character creator. I'm a 40-something, thank you. You made it worse. You made it worse. Closer than I'd like to be. Soon, one of us. Soon. Face art. I generally dislike things like this, but yeah, so far this character creator is fucking great. Is malignant or benign? Wait. Wait. Hairstyle. Oh, do we have like proper hairstyles? I think we have like proper hairstyles. We have like all the hairstyle. I shall resist. We're making a tiny halfling. I'm honestly fine with that. Bit more open. That's fine. All of that is fine. All of that is fine. I don't even want to mess with that anymore. And then... Chat! I need a volunteer. I need a volunteer. I go, hello Alex. Congratulations.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
That was weird.
Thought I heard movement, maybe saw something, but I wasn't sure.
Okay. Why is it... Huh.
You must need help with something.
Nah, you're an outlaw. Does that change anything?
Might be so, but we still haven't worked
Not
out
really.
what we're supposed to be doing yet.
This is just the personality for like... Okay, this doesn't filter into this at all. Alright, we have an Alex. Congratulations, Alex. You're almost well built. These stats almost make sense. The mouth movement seems off. It seems off, yeah. To be perfectly honest with you, CRPGs, I don't usually see my characters' faces anyway. So, I don't usually give a fuck. I don't usually care. Alright, there's our Alex. Next up. Advanced creation. So far, by the way, I think the quick generation is fine. Like, the stats are a bit wonky, but I think that's perfectly fine. I think that makes perfect sense. Jack here understands his viewers are a bunch of trolls. I've just spoken to Alex and she's just generally very funny. That's the problem. It was so zoomed in. It might be that. Cleric time? Do you want to make the cleric next? We can make a cleric next. I don't mind. Let's go make a cleric next. So, in full creation, we have our cleric. Saving throws, charisma, wisdom, history, insight, medicine, persuasion, religion. Once we get to proficiencies, we pick those. Light armor, medium armor, shield, simple weapon. Standard cleric stuff, right? Like, frontline troll. That's new? No, not ha-ha funny, Alex. Like, weird funny. I think we're gonna pick these in our spells, yeah. Our little cantrips, cleric, armor, spellcasting training. Equipment, all of this is given to us anyway, so we're on chain shirt, mace. We're not on shield baseline. Interesting. We do not have a shield baseline. That already annoys me. Divine Order. We have protectors and train for battle. You gain proficiency with martial weapons and training with heavy armor. And thaumaturges, you know, 1 extra cantrip from the cleric spell list. In addition, your mystical connection to the divine gives you a bonus to your int, arcana, and religion checks. The bonus equals your wisdom modifier. Congratulations, frontline. Onward. They don't have it innately. They get it on background. Then we have a halfling. Are we making the stereotypical dwarf cleric? Because we could. Thaumaturge? Nah. Are we making the stereotypical dwarf cleric? Yes, yes. And we're making one of each. I'm telling you this right now, we're making one of each. I want like the height ladder. We have the small... Oh yeah, we need to make the dwarf next. We need to have them like sorted by height. Dwarf clerics are hilarious. True. Check if dark elf is possible. Do you see dark elf? I don't. So it's dwarfing time. Dwarfing time. Then. I kind of want to go Aqualight, I'm not gonna lie. A ladder, gold pieces, a potion of healing. I kind of want to go Aqualight. Better dark vision, shit light vision. Dark elves are really funny to play if your DM knows what to do with you. If you have a DM that actually like narratively cares about the difference between dark vision and light vision, and doesn't just say like, oh yeah, dark vision means that you could just see in the dark, then dark elves are really nice to play. Otherwise, they oftentimes do feel like an upgrade, and that's a bit of a shame. Let's just go Acolyte. I'm down for Acolyte. Alright, so select your base ability scores. Higher values require more points to spend. So, first I want to see what they recommend, and then we're going to ignore this. Unfortunately, I don't hate that. Unfortunately, I don't hate this. I kind of want to drop strength by 2. Do other things, but that doesn't give us a wisdom either. Do we need the charisma for anything? We don't, right? I've never in my life made a cleric, dude. Like, I don't care if I'm being entirely honest with you. I don't give a shit. And we're just not going to 16. Honestly, I'm okay with this. Should be able to get 17 in wisdom with the Acolyte background if we drop strength and see whether we can get 16 wisdom. Charisma required for paladins more than clerics? Yes, Krembo. Like, I don't see why we would want charisma. Okay, we just can't get more point. Why is that? Hold up, for my actual D&D players, is there a reason why we can't go above 15? Okay, so we cannot get above 15. I suppose? 15 is max before you apply background bonuses. Okay. Okay, cool. In that case, I know what I'm doing. Ish. Like, I'm kind of here. Give me my int back. I think I'm kind of here. 5-5. Ah, is that the difference between 5-5? Okay, gotcha. Like I said, 5.5 is something I have not touched. I've played 5. And then I dropped D&D as a role-playing system entirely because I found better things. That's why. Vampire Caps at 18. The old editions, potentially, Igor. I'll trust Nyx if they say that that's how that works. Caps at 50 normally. All right. Any complaints? Anything you want to change? Any wishes for changes? Speak now. Charisma too high. Misty's just mad. 3.5 aka D&D. Ooh, shots fired. Since that's what was around in my formative days, caps at 18. Therefore, in this essay, I will explain to you why Pathfinder is the best thing ever made. Yeah, I'm with you, Crambo, but like, let's not antagonize the children. Let's not antagonize the people that like went with the times, you know? Dex save's going to be a bitch. Yeah. Any save's always going to be a bitch. Yes, but not related to the game or this stream. Good. You would switch Charisma with Dex? Honestly, I can see that argument. Why is it red? Huh. Oh, that's because of Acolyte. Yeah, of course. I see. Cool. So that's how that works. And now it stopped complaining. That's the Acolyte background choices. Gotcha. Pathfinder cool, but I wish it was less about stacking +1 bonus and more about having a variety of cool things you can do. Correct, Code. That is a good take on Pathfinder. Make con 16? You want a 16-16? Eh? I don't know. I'd much rather split them for equipment bonus. I don't know. Eh. Proficiencies. Insight, question mark. And then languages later. And we're going Dwarvish. And then we'll see what the rest. It's not gonna be persuasion. It might as well be history. You're right, Nyx. Pathfinder, I think, as a baseline system is really, really fun if you're playing casually. Well, no, if you're playing it casually, it's a nightmare, because Pathfinder is really difficult for people to get into. If you have players that want to play pen and paper, and they're trying to learn Pathfinder, it's a nightmare. You need to hit a specific sweet spot for Pathfinder games to be fun, in my opinion. And that is, you need players that are familiar with Pathfinder already, but they don't want to be too sweaty about it. You need those players. And that is a small portion of available players. That's a tough spot to hit. That is a tough spot to hit. Elvish, so they know how to insult knife use in their native tongue. Wow. I tried Kingmaker, got blasted by dice rolls. Kingmaker was fucking hilarious. I loved Kingmaker. I love Kingmaker a lot. The problem with Kingmaker is that it speaks, like, that game speaks my language. That game exactly speaks my language. The system I've found most fun to run has been Mass. The system I've found that is most fun to run is Stars Without Number. But mind you, when I say system, I mean exactly the character system and the die system, and everything else is homemade. Everything else is homebrew. Like, I like the stat system, I like the way that your character page looks. I'm going to take that and I'm going to kill everything else. I'm going to strip all of the lore, I'm going to strip everything else off of it, and I'm going to make that myself because I can. Halflings so they can gossip with the Sork? Honestly, I love that. I'm a big fan. Aina, how you doing? Burp! Quack. I need to hold up, I need to switch back anyway. I think it's this button. Oh god, that's a huge Zoe. Hold up. Hold up. There we go. And then just once, quickly, I'm going to grab Maddie and Kensei and re-equip both of them. And then we're moving on. There's a Maddie, and where's the Kensei? There we go, there's Kensei. We take you. We put you over here. We take you. We put you over here, and then we move on. God, the muting already grinds my gears, dude. Trying to sound taller. Muzin! How you doing, Muzin? I didn't get Pathfinder to Kingmaker, but man, Wrath, I played 3 full playthroughs of that. I like both games. I really like both. Pathfinder 2 has a bit of a problem, if you ask me, and that is Act 4. Act 4 is the thing that prevents me from playing another playthrough of that game. They really made an act so intolerably bad that it prevents me from ever starting the game again. But other than that, game's great. Alright, so we have cantrips, Dazzle, Divine Shield, Guidance, Holy Conduit, Light, Sacred Flame, Resistance, and Spare the Dying. We're always picking Spare the Dying because I expect things to go really, really wrong, right? What Act 4 Pathfinder 2 game? What do you mean? What question is that, Balthazar? The 4th act in Pathfinder 2 is fucking horrendous. That's it. What do you mean, what? And Ferris, thank you for the streak! And Alex, thank you for the streak! Yeah, I can say. Spare the Dying, Sacred Flame. Exactly. That's kind of where I want to start anyway. I never liked Divine Shield. Picking up Guidance sounds like it's picking up Guidance. I don't remember shit about the language. Oh no, Musin. Is that PF issue for 1E or 2E? What? None of the above, Igor. It's the fucking Owlcat game. Like, what do you mean? Wrath of the Righteous. The 2nd Pathfinder game. We're not talking... There's a reason that those two are on a different column from the rest, I guess. I suppose it's just an ordering problem, right? Actually, I don't know why they're in different columns. Oh, no, that's all Pathfinders. Igor, that's all of them. That's all of them. Pathfinder is just a system that... Like, Pathfinder 1 was a system that was known for its modularity, but also for its complexity and kind of, like, being up its own ass too much. And then Pathfinder 2, when they finally made that, they decided, you know what, people like Pathfinder 1 for exactly those things. Let's continue that legacy. And thus they started developing the game while being stuck up their own ass. So Pathfinder 2 is exactly that. I thought we were referencing a 2nd edition. No, I'd be telling you it's Pathfinder 2nd edition then. I was being obtuse there. That's on me. I admit, that's on me. Fuck it, let's go pick up Guidance. Then we have more, but we're picking up everything. Fuck it, we're just picking up everything. Give me Light. And then finally, we have the options between Bane, Bless, Love Bless. Oh, we can only have one. Cure Wounds, we're picking Cure Wounds. Guiding Bolt, I like Guiding Bolt for really stupid reasons. Healing Word, Protection from Evil and Good, Shield of Faith, and Inflict Wound. I like how 2E handles backgrounds. It's an improvement. And we're just gonna pick up Cure Wound, right? Yeah. And there we go. We have made one dwarf. The dwarf needs a name. I need a volunteer. Can I have a no heals healer? The amount of healing we're going to be doing is questionable. We're going heavy armor frontline. Menton? Menton. Congratulations, Menton. Here's an interesting question. Do I have a randomize button? I do have a randomize button. Menton, give me a number between 1 and 10. Give me a number between 1 and 10, Menton. That's the amount that I'm pressing this button. It'll be great. 7? Everyone always says 7, you people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Congratulations, Menton. Has that changed your name? No. Wonderful. 1 dwarf. 1 Menton. Next. What do we have for premates? So I want to look at the premates as well. You can't do this. Why can't I do this? Me eyes. Do you want to reroll, Menton? The baseline rule is everyone gets 1 reroll. But you have to tell me now. A dwarf without a beard, what's wrong with you? Listen, listen, listen. Don't be a shame. Don't be a shame. Nah. Your last chance. Your last chance. So what are they doing with... I see. I see. So that's our pre-made. And then the last one we're making together, right? What do we run for last one? We have a cleric, we have a sorc, we have a paladin. Can I please make a rogue? We can't beard shame when there's no beard to shame, exactly. Yeah, Nix. That's when I went, ah, I see. We'll make a Zoe. You want to make a Zoe? We can make a Zoe. Let's go make a Zoe. So, disclaimer. You all are about to judge me. So the rogue that I... Like, rogue is one of my 2 classes that I really like playing. I never get to play. I'm a forever DM, unfortunately. Rogue, I really, really like because I play Pathfinder Rogue, right? I play Toolbox Rogue. Your instat is higher than your dex. You have all the skill checks. You're the skill monkey. That's the type of rogue that I really like. That is also, as far as I know, a rogue that is very much stuck in Pathfinder. Like, very much stuck in 3.5. So, let's see whether we can break out of that, shall we? Let's see whether we can break out of that. We need to make a human. We need to make a Zoe. Speed 30 average. I mean, everyone's 30 speed. Why even list it? We get resourceful, heroic inspiration whenever you finish a long rest. Cool. Skillful, you gain proficiency with 1 skill of your choice. And versatile, an origin feat of your choosing. We're calling them origin feats, huh? Okay. Common language, elvish, gnomish, dwarvish, blah, blah, blah. Choose any 2. Versatile. We have, okay, so let's see what our options are. We're definitely not taking the magic initiate. We have quick, increase your speed by 5 feet. Opportunity attacks have disadvantage against you. I already love that. Ready for war, proficiency with light armor, shields, and martial weapons. We're a rogue. Robust, which gives us maximum health points increased by an amount equal to your character level when you gain this feat. Natural healing, whenever you use a hit die to regain HP, you roll twice and keep the highest result. And hard to kill, if you become stable with while unconscious at 0, you immediately regain 1. With a Sheovich attacker, you're trying to deal particularly damaging strikes. Once per turn, when you hit a target with a weapon, you roll the weapon's damage twice and use the best roll against the target. Skilled, proficiency in any combination of 3 skills or tools. And vigilant, gain proficiency in perception. If you already are proficient, you gain expertise in perception instead. Sound like a D&D bard, skill monkey-wise. Yeah, Rogue had different flavors, side point. But Rogue was... Pathfinder Rogue is fun. Very, very fun, very different. One system I want to play or run at some point is Mythic Bastionland. Never heard of it. World and the player character options are very interesting, full of flavor. What's it like, Code? Martial weapons that you sneak attack with a heavy crossbow. You're so right, Nix. You're so right. Wait a second. Make a backstab with a two-handed sword. You people are the worst. I love you. I have brought with me the Siege Ballista. Sneak attack, bitch. Fine. Fine. So that's the idea. We're taking a heavy crossbow. I love it. We're taking a heavy crossbow and we're just doing that. That's the play. Okay? Cool. Awful. Absolutely awful. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Melee sneak attacker for all the damage. Yeah, we don't shoot them. We don't buy ammo. We don't have bolts. We use the crossbow. So we bring the trebuchet. The heavy trebuchet. We're doing sneak attacks. Well, it's a shame that I already used up my spy. I don't want to take the same one twice. Oh boy. Occultist. Occultist sounds stupid, but I don't really want... It's gotta be low life, right? It's gonna be low life. It's gotta be low life. Isn't it restricted you can only sneak attack with a dex and or light weapon in base 5e? Did they change that in 5.5? I have no idea. I have no idea. Good question. If anyone has the answer, hit me. No clue. What did we forget in Ancestry? We forgot something. Wait, did I not? Did I not do that? I did that. Oh, because I clicked over it, probably. Okay, so... next. Chat, hit me with the next. We have points. It turns out we have points. It turns out we have quite a lot of points. What do we do? What do we do? Tank Rogue? Tank Rouge? No, we're not playing the color red. I mean, wisdom so you can spot the trap in the dark without stepping on it. Why can you go up to 17 here? Because you can do it off of the background points, that's why. Can't raise wisdom, it's a Zoe. See, that's the problem, you're entirely right. And I don't want to raise charisma for charisma-based reasons. Where most of my knowledge comes from. All right, then you do it. Then you do it, Maddie. You do it. I don't want to put this last point anywhere. This point feels lost. Forlorn. Can raise charisma. Yeah, but what does that do for us? What does that do for us instead of nothing? What do we just go int? What if we just go int? What are they going to do about it, huh? This feels awful. Nick says, once per turn, you can deal an extra 1d6 damage to one creature you hit with an attack roll if you have advantage on the roll and the attack uses a finesse or ranged weapon. The extra damage type is the same as the weapon's type. You don't need advantage on the attack roll if at least one of your allies is within 5 feet of the target. The ally doesn't have the incapacitated condition and you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll. A sneak attack with a hand cannon should possible... Yeah. Finesse or ranged weapon. Yeah, int does give more skill points, exactly. I'm taking int. Falconet! Don't forget that all stats are used for saving throws in 5e. You're right. You're right. That's a good point. Technically, none of this is wasted. And I guess that way we won't get charmed or something. Well. You are right. You are right. If I take out, like, strength here, I wouldn't know what to put that in anyway. So...
What?
We're gonna run this. Rye! Thank you for the 82. Hello, Rye. Hello. Alright. Proficiency as. This still feels wrong. Something about this feels very wrong. Okay, we have a lot of proficiencies to pick. We have a lot of proficiencies to pick. Maddie! Button! A 13! A 13! If it was me rolling the die, then a 15, the set to resist charm would still fail. Yeah. It's true. It's true. Alright, we have 4 proficiencies. I love being stupid. We can deception as well. Oh, Alex. Hold up, let me add Alex. And the game mutes itself. Oh god, I hate this. God, I hate this so much. 1 Alex. Behold, she's got a book. The nerd. There you go. You're in the wobbliest position. So Code says, imagine a system built around knights with patrons and oaths that give them power ranging from obvious stuff like the true... I think Hannah's playing that. It's like a Thurian, right? Wait. Ranging from obvious stuff like the True Knight, which can see through lies, to weirder stuff like the Key Knight, which has 1/3 chance of having the key to any given lock, to wild things like the Dust Knight, which can steal memories in combat. Shit, I remember Hannah talking about a system like this, where you have like these like weird obligations that you go through in order to gain like fame and stuff. I forgot what the name for it is. We're picking the other like interesting int things, by the way. This is the least obvious perception pick. Mind you, we have more. We're not done. We have like so much more. So much more. Outward seers to the out of the book. No, then no, that's different. Damn, maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it wasn't that. What if everyone speaks halfling? Except for the elf. What if that? You can't change my mind, we're doing this. But we're not going to be finding a crossbow for a while, so what else do we pick? I think 5e not letting you intimidate off anything but charisma is stupid. And this is why... Igor, keep that in mind. Keep that thought in mind and put a pin in it. Because this is something that I want to talk about later. But yeah. It's not that I disagree with you, quite the opposite, but... We're going light crossbow? I don't know. What other proficiency do I even want? What do you mean 22 strength barbarian wielding a freshly ripped out giant's femur as a club is less intimidating than tiny bard woman? Yeah. Like, we just go light crossbow, right? Like, the problem is I don't know what the game will give me. In an actual pen and paper, like, obviously my DM wouldn't know what I'm going for. So, if my entire build is based around a heavy crossbow, I will then negotiate with my DM for the world's shittiest heavy crossbow. We'll figure it out, These are our skill-related proficiencies. Oh, this is from human ancestry. What else do we want? I don't care about performance. I could care about persuasion. No one is doing any survival whatsoever, huh? Whip combat skill and slasher feat lets you reduce any creature speed by 20 every turn you hit with it. That's hysterical, Nyx. We're playing the elf as the premade that she is, so I don't know. But I like whips a lot. I wish whips weren't so, you know. A crossbow which would explode on a nat 1 in your hand kind of deal. Yeah, only that every group I've ever played with isn't a fan of critical failures, so we don't do them. Because crit fails are inherently just boring. All I can think is everyone speaks in Southern Elf, so the only actual elf doesn't understand. I mean, Halfling is just Southern Elf, right? They're south of the height line of an elf. Like, does that work? Animal handling? I mean, it's animals handling her, not the other way around. So I don't know. We're definitely not going Arcana. I wouldn't mind Insight. I wouldn't mind going Insight. And then last but not least, we have another language from human ancestry. Listen, I have a soft spot for oh, we have another one. I have a soft spot for goblins. The important part is we don't speak Elvish. Crit fail happens in Rollmaster. What the fuck is Rollmaster? It can be so epic you kill the enemy by accident. I mean, yeah, but narratively, I can just make a crit fail thing up and just talk about it, right? Instead of having to do it. Had a crossbow that on a 1 hit a random creature and on a 20 did 2 bolts. I have never seen an episode of, well, I've seen one episode of Critical Role and decided that voice actor D&D wasn't for me. Like, no shade whatsoever. Great production, but not for me. Wild magic? I'm with you, Ego. I'm with you. Absolutely with you. Wild magic to me, like, it's not even a crit fail. It's like, well, no, you're right. You do fail and then wild magic bullshit happens. We're speaking giant. We're speaking tall. All right, then we need to make a Zoe. Even mentioned the barbarian using strength for intimidation as an example. Okay, fine. We'll talk about it now. Hey, Stark. Stuff like this. So Ego brought up it being a bit silly not to be able to intimidate on strength and only being able to intimidate on based on charisma, right? I would expand that a little bit. Not being able to intimidate off of circumstance is fucking stupid. Imagine you're a pure dex rogue. You're standing on the body of a guard you just killed. Your longsword, like, slicing clean through, like, the guy's torso. There's blood dripping all over you. And the newly shaken newbie guardsman who just, it's his first day on the job, stands next to you, weakly holding like a almost rusted dagger, trying to tell you to, like, stop. You look up and just glower at them. I don't need you to be charismatic or strong in order to intimidate off of this. In fact, I probably don't need you to roll off of this anyway, right? Intimidation by circumstance. Like, that guy is shitting himself currently. The only reason you'd roll here is to determine how strongly he's shitting himself, the viscosity of it all. This is a problem that every single video game that tries to adapt pen and paper rules will always be dealing with. And that is that if you're playing with a DM, if you're playing with people around you, there will always be adjustments, adaptations, there will always be free-flowing situational things happening. Video games are rigidly programmed things where only a certain number of things can happen. This is why every time a video game goes like, oh, this is a video game in which you can do everything, brackets, that the fucking programmers thought of to put into the game, brackets closed. That's why those are always so hilarious. There's always going to be a finite set of things that can happen. If you're playing on tabletop, if you're playing with people around you, those things are still finite, but they're vastly, vastly, vastly improved in terms of number. So you will always have to deal with the fact that these games are more rigid. In fact, that is one of the reasons why I didn't like Solasta 1. And this is one of the reasons why I absolutely hated Solasta 1, because it was too rigid. It didn't allow any adaptation. I know there's a large amount of people that really liked Solasta 1. That's fine. More power to you. But to me, and that is how we're heading into the game today as well, to me, the pure combat aspect of Dungeons & Dragons will always be the worst part of Dungeons & Dragons. Always. And because Solasta is aiming to be a more pure look at D&D combat, something that a lot of people enjoy, I will always look at it and go, why are you so stubborn? Right? And I reckon that is something that we'll deal with in Solasta 2, just like we dealt with it in Solasta 1. So we're making a Zoe.
This is the place. I remember being here.
Did I just...
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Wait, our voices...
You must need help with something.
Oh, I see. Okay, voices aren't tied to identity. Oh, okay, yeah, no, fair enough, I suppose. That was me misunderstanding. I thought we had 4 voices per ID, but we don't. Okay. I suppose. That's why I'm surprised you're playing it still. We're playing Solasta 2 for multiple reasons today, Furthen. One of the reasons is because, quite frankly, I'm hoping that Solasta 2 is an improvement over 1. Right? How many games did we have where the second one learned from the mistakes of the first one and the second one was actually good? Or better, even if the base one was good. Second of all, if I don't play Solasta 2, I'm not going to live down the fucking requests of why haven't you played this yet? Over and over and over. I'm trying to get out of it. And third of all, I've been given the opportunity to look at a title early that is going to be a pretty big release in the turn-based tactics niche. I don't want to like lowball that part. The fact that the people over at Kepler went like, hey, this is a fairly big thing in the niche that's coming out. Like my niche, like I do turn-based tactics stuff, right? Like that's my favorite genre. They went, hey, do you want to look at this early? Is a major part of why I'm like so drawn to it, because I really do want to. And in that regard, it makes a lot of sense to do that. Yeah, we need to blend that. That's okay.
What? Oh look, a button.
A button? That's a lie. Brim, thank you so much. Thank you, Brim. How are you doing today? Welcome on in. Hello, hello. Oh no, okay, so now we're a zombie. And now we're a light bulb again. Behold! Illuminate! God damn it. I can't take that seriously, dude. I cannot. Shocked, actually. Someone else that was here when I played the first one. Yeah. I expect that comment. I expect that. And to be honest, you're not wrong to ask or to wonder, right? Like it's a very legitimate question of like, you really fucking hated the first one. Why the fuck are you looking at the second one? Yeah. Very fair question. I simply looked at Solasta as a strange wild XCOM and got served what I wanted, especially because it had co-op and it was on console, so my options are limited. That's perfectly fair. And if you like the first one, I'm not here to tell you that you're wrong or anything, right? My main problems with the first one was that it was pure D&D combat. Unabashedly, unapologetically. That is what it marketed itself with. So it did that well. I just happen to really not like that. So... I'm really not happy with the face at all. Is that bad? But I'm not happy with any of the faces. It's like a cheekbone problem that I can't change. This is why I'm never the biggest fan of shape blending. Because figuring out what you're getting out of blending everything is always a bit of a toss-up, if you ask me. And I'm not artistically inclined enough to know what the fuck I'm doing with it. You know what I mean? I can work with that slightly better than I can with the previous one. Okay, we need the most chaotic hair we can find. Okay, mouse wheel zoom, not a thing. We have to press button. That's fine. Very nitpicky. I think we're already there. Eh? Eh? I wonder if the face customization lets your gums break out like in Mecha Break. God damn it. Yeah, you're correct. Solasta 1 is 95% combat till the very end, yeah. No strings attached, no like gotcha question intended, but for all of my D&D players out there, I'm legitimately interested to know this. How do you all feel about like level 1, level 2, level 3 combat in Dungeons & Dragons? Like, what's your take on it? Because for me, D&D combat already is mid at very best. It's mid until you find a way to break it, and then you breaking it becomes the highlight of whatever session you're in. And then that's that. But before you break it, before everyone around the table goes, fuck yeah! To me, it's an absolute shit show. I'm really trying to put this into words in the least amount of saying, screw you for liking something. I don't mean it like that whatsoever. I don't mean that whatsoever. Level 1 to 3 combat is better to DM than level 20 combat. They're both opposite sides of awful, Nyx. They're both opposite sides of awful. Your toolbox is empty, there's little in the way of fun enemies. That's how I feel. Having played through level 1 to 3 multiple times, it depends on the campaign, but it is very basic, I agree. I had my level 1 monk decapitated by a badger. Really fun story for the table, but pretty crappy all in all. That's fun. That is fun, though. That's something you can talk about, right? But that's a roleplay aspect. I don't think that has anything to do with the combat. I feel like that's your DM, like, role-playing something, which is cool. You can have a good narrative no matter what your level is. You can have a good time around the table with dumb shit happening no matter what your level is. I often feel like low-level encounters are often built like puzzles. So I would love for you to, like, talk about this if you want to. Don't feel like you need to, obviously, but I feel like the exact opposite. Please, if you want to explain. Code says, I did level 1 combat at a con once and was confused why my only options were move and attack. I mentioned combat maneuvers and the DM looked at me like I was crazy. Yeah. Level 1 to 3 is who can hit the others more first. Level 3 is where characters get their real flavor, so I enjoy that more than level 1 and 2. Fair, Maddie, absolutely. Level 1 are basically commoners, yeah. The badger crit my full health level 1 monk and there was nothing I could do. Yeah, that's fun. There are a lot less cool high-level monsters than cool low-level monsters. Monster design falls apart for 30 plus. Well, Nyx, not to be too harsh on this, but it doesn't. I will talk about this a lot today too, depending on how long today's stream goes, right? But if you're going with monsters that are printed for D&D in a book that someone sold to you, then the answer is yeah, high-level monster design gets lacking at higher level, at like very high levels. You're absolutely right. However, if you are in an active game and your DM fails to provide interesting monsters for you to fight, then that's on them. As someone that has proudly never used a monster stat block from a printed monster book, I don't know. I know, dude. Like, tell your DM to get over themselves and, like, maybe make something up for once. Have a little bit of whimsy in your life. So, but to get back to the level 1, 2, 3 problem, the way that I can best describe this is we're going to mention XCOM once today. We're going to mention XCOM once today, and now is the moment. When you play a turn-based tactics game, you're often calculating your actions based on your chances to hit, right? Hey, I could take this shot at this enemy. I have a 90% chance to shoot, like a chance to hit this thing. I'm going to take that shot, it's worth it. 80%, 70%, bit iffy, right? Like the lower you drop, the less that becomes a tactical option. XCOM, a lot of people complain about the meme, right? The 95% hit chance miss. The XCOM meme, the one that I hate, the one that every turn-based tactics player has to listen to like about 20 times per minute. 20 times per turn, I almost said. It's still accurate. So people are already like iffy about like 5 to 10% mischance. The way I feel it, low-level D&D is universally gambles. You have your stat max character, whatever. Why is your hit chance 60%? Why? Because that's the way it's designed. You hit something, let's say you hit something on a 14. You miss on a 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That is 5 numbers you miss on a d20. That is a 25% mischance. 14 on 20 doesn't sound bad, right? 14 on 20 sounds pretty great. 75% hit chance? That's a 1 in 4. Every 4th time, basic, very bad math. Every 4th time you fuck this up, what the hell? In higher level D&D, you start getting options to mitigate that. You start being more reliable. Your character starts doing what you want it to do. Low level D&D, you are constantly, literally rolling the die, flipping the coin, and hoping that what you're doing, your one attack per turn that you have, that does something. You're constantly hoping for that. In pen and paper, this gets made slightly better by the fact that around you there are a couple of other people. They might also be rolling bad, so you commiserate. Or they're rolling really well, so they laugh at you and you're all having a fun time, unless you have a broom stuck up your ass, I don't know. There are other mitigating factors. Your DM might take that as a storytelling opportunity. Missing an attack isn't necessarily always the worst thing that can happen to you in pen and paper. In a PC game, you miss your attack, that's it. And this is how Solasta 1 went for me. We went through the tutorial, and I was rolling 50% left, right, and center. And it was fucking infuriating. It was the worst thing to play ever. Because none of these social elements that make your character being a bit of a crapshoot, none of the social elements that make that interesting in actual roleplay are present in an adaptation on a digital medium, right? Like a program thing. Like if you play online via whatever website, obviously different, but there is a reason why Baldur's Gate got away with so many of their changes. Like Baldur's Gate 3, obviously not a faithful adaptation of the system, loosely based on Dungeons and Dragons. They got away with it because the changes that they made players feel better about themselves when rolling your stuff. They got away with it because they took the relative harshness of hitting or missing in D&D and smoothed that out so that your current tactical plan wasn't a crapshoot either way. And that's exactly what Solasta 1 didn't do, and that's exactly the moment that I bounced off of the first one. So, you know. You know. That is very, very bright. That's better. Up. There we go. That's much better. So Cyphon says, most low-level encounters, which aren't supposed to be cakewalks, in my group were often extremely hard to beat in conventional ways, especially because you are at the mercy of dice without ways to influence it much at this stage. So encounters had ways to deal with it in alternate ways, which aren't usually needed at higher levels. I see what you're saying entirely. Okay, I thought you were coming at this from a very different angle. I see what you're saying. Okay, most of this stuff was environmental stuff we had to influence while simply not dying. Yeah, roll this boulder down this cliff and then all the goblins get run over and die. You're not supposed to just shoot them. That's a different way to approach it, yeah. Yeah. I totally see where you're coming from, Cyphon. And I agree with you. That is an interesting way to, like, make low-level combat, present your players with a problem to solve without them having to go through the annoyance of just hard rolling a die and hoping that they hit anywhere on the wheel that actually connects. You hit, you win, you miss, you die, exactly. So, okay, I'm glad that I'm not entirely off base. I'm glad I'm not entirely off base with it, because I never know whether whether this is like my minority opinion or not. But I'm glad that we like have roughly common ground here, right? I'm still not happy with the face in general, but I don't think I will be happy with the face in general ever, because the character creator do what I want it to do. And that's okay. That's okay, I'm just annoyed at it. I'm not annoyed at it at all. It's gonna be fine. Alright. I didn't forget anything, I don't think. There we go. We have them in order of height. That is weird. Zoe is too tall. Well, shit. We're gonna live. We're gonna live. First D&D game I joined, I got 1 critted in the first turn of combat, 10 minutes into the session, and was down for the rest of the session for 4 hours. Now, Jack, first D&D I ever joined 15, 16 years ago. First D&D I ever joined, it was 17 years ago, actually, almost on the spot. I was playing a dwarf sorcerer. I didn't know what I was doing. A friend of mine was DMing and they were trying to teach me character creation. They were doing a piss poor job of it. So they just threw things at me and told me to like pick this, pick this, pick this. And I failed to cast a Ray of Frost. The DM turned this into a you just freeze yourself to death. Also, you're stuck on a ship, like, out in the ice sea, and you didn't bother bringing anything that's, like, protective against the cold. And then I was stuck in the cabin for the next 3 hours trying to recover from extreme hypothermia. That was my first experience with D&D. That friend was a dog shit DM. Absolutely bottom of the barrel. Also a trash human, but I didn't know that at the time. Absolutely bottom of the barrel garbage. I'm surprised that I never gave up the hobby. I didn't play with that group ever again. But holy shit. That sucks ass. I'm sorry that was your first experience. Was kind of happy it was an online session so I could keep playing a game on my second monitor, but hey, my character got... Yeah, we played in person at our kitchen table. I didn't have anywhere else to go. Awful. I nearly killed my buddy because I crit on an attack roll. First Warhamster fantasy. Son, darling, please. I need that to not be a typo. Please tell me there's a Warhamster fantasy RP. Please. Please. It has to be like Warhammer Fantasy X Hamtaro or some shit like this, right? A Little Heretics Big Adventures. I need this. Please. Please, please, please. I got critically hit in the knee by a snotling infected by lockjaw and died a week later because we couldn't afford a healer. Rough, dude. I'm so sorry. I've been calling it Warhamster since the 80s. Oh, son. I'm glad you're being so whimsical about it. I'm sad that it's not an actual thing. I now need to make that. I want to play Dark Heresy, but it's Warhamster. Everyone's playing tiny hamsters that are breaking out from like a mad wizard's laboratory. And you've decided you're going on an adventure. One of you worships Zinj, so he's growing weird tentacles. I could homebrew that shit, dude. I could homebrew that shit. Super easy. Well, not super easy. It takes a bit of work, but yeah. You just created a campaign hook, do it. I'm currently working on 3 different campaign hooks that I neither have the time nor the players for, Brim. I currently have 3 different other campaign hooks that I'm like putting together. One of them is almost done, and I'm almost done setting it up so we actually get to play it. The other 2 are like flights of fancy. There is Warhamster art, Space Marines with hamsters inside the armor. Good. Good. Dark Hamster, the Inquisitor has a task to The Inquisitor! Now picturing a hamster with a las gun. Let's go. Warhamster is probably one of the best parody versions of Warhammer I've ever heard. I love it. I absolutely love it. Alright, so we have 1 quick rolled character, 2 advanced made characters, and we have 1 pre-made. This is not sitting right with me. I tell you right now, Leonore over here, we're going to play with her, but this doesn't sit right with me. Let's do this. Processing shaders. My fans are like, this is still running the system hotter than it should be, by the way. This is still running hotter than it has any right to. I'm annoyed at that. Please, if your games don't need to be the prettiest thing ever, This is pretty. Stop making shit in Unreal Engine 5. There is like borderline no fucking excuse to make your games in Unreal Engine 5. I have at multiple times considered just flat out banning Unreal 5 games because fuck me sideways, this shit is awful. But people keep making them, and some of them are even good.
What are they doing?
They're moving the statue to the city. They do it every year for the holy day of Caledar.
Is this something to do with Mareike? I told you to pay attention during religious study.
It is just Mareike,
It
okay.
is indeed the Redeeming Mother, cleansing the condemned before their execution. Even those who fail to redeem themselves in life are forgiven in death. An uncommon representation of our goddess, but fitting for this day of funerals.
About that, we're running a bit late.
Oh yes, I thought I remembered your faces.
We're from the orphanage.
Yes, of course. You're the children Mother Colwell adopted. You must be going to her funeral. Her memory. Mahin was a truly righteous woman.
Thank you, Father. Blessed day of Caledar to you.
You look a bit angry for that line.
You all Colwells.
Well, if it isn't good old Landry. Couldn't mistake that mop of red hair for anyone else.
So far, the character animations do not fill me with, like, hope. No, I think we're all orphans from the same orphanage. I think that's the point. Hence why children. Oh, we're not working like that. Okay. Let's figure out buttons. Alt is highlight. Direct control. Wait a second. Oh, we can WSD. Whoa. Oh. Okay. I'm not going to do that, but I like it. Control or split. That's a toggle is a bit something. Tab is tutorial, is party movement. Okay. And other than that, pace as well. Looks good. I really don't like the characters so far. We've seen a billion. So I need to be careful with this. Obviously, the game is going into early access, so what you're seeing isn't going to be the be-all, end-all, right? And complaining about clipping is always like the most low-hanging fruit that you can complain about. Like, it's always really petty, especially because 99 out of 100, it doesn't really impact anything. But damn, if in your opening cutscene everything's clipping left, right, and center, you'd expect them to put their best foot forward, no? And that's already rough. The character movement and like facial movement there is not good. That wasn't good. That was not good whatsoever. Anything we can interact with. On the other hand, by the way, the voice acting so far, even though we haven't heard much of it, if we like divorce that from the character movement a little bit, I've liked the voice acting so far. The Gallivan War. Do we have inventory? Inventories that have to go to a black screen are also something I'm not the biggest fan of. Common language. Anyone can read this. I would like to read this. Also known as the Soreg War, the Gallivan War began when Soreg infiltrators with the help of demons took control of the kingdom of Gallivan and started a war against their neighbors. The first attack was directed against the Principality of Masgarth in revenge for the closing of the rift by envoys of the Legacy Council. The Soreg, facing the failure of their grand plan to open a magical passage from Timar to Solasta, used their Gallivan sleeper agents to unleash chaos across the Eastern Kingdoms in hopes of gaining an advantage. The consulting war spread north to the Snow Alliance and south to Colfanin. Even after the defeat in the north and the revelation of the Soreg infiltration, Gallivan troops pushed southward to the sea, ravaging all the lands of Hyfrin to the mouth of the river Gualafin and the ancient Mana... Fuck, we're doing a lot of, like, proper nouns today. The Manacallan port of Kerr... Alright. It was there that the military coalition of the Principality and local forces led by the Colwall family, including their clerics and paladins, put an end to the Gallan invasion once and for all. After this heroic but costly battle, the Treaty of High Friend granted the Principality the region in exchange for building and garrisoning a number of fortresses to protect the lands of Colthanan against both Galvan and the new empire. Obvious examples, says Igor. Okay. It runs mesh colliders by default, and you have to enable convex colliders in each collider's option. This is an order of magnitude of performance demand, and in a lot of cases completely wasted. They don't even explain what mesh versus convex colliders do, and when to use each, convex is just a tick box. I'm sure some of these words meant something to any of you. Like, some of you will have heard these words that Igor has written and that I've just read out loud, and they will go, ah, of course. I am not that person. I have no fucking idea what you just said. But I think you vaguely insulted my mother? I don't know. Hey there, stranger. Hope this finds you in time. Been told the Gravekeep's cask is one of your frequent stops. Don't know how to put this into words. Forgive me if it seems so blunt, but still trying to process it myself. Here goes. Mother's dead. The funeral will be at the old temple night before the day of Caledor. See you there. Rick. Ooh, we have different letters. A letter from your spymaster. Sorry, I'd have preferred not to call you back from your posting, but the service thought it unwise to apprise you of the situation while you were in the field.
What?
Solace Rickard. Cheese? Oh, jeez! Thana! Longest running sub on the channel. Longest running subscriber on the channel. Thana! Thank you for the 90! The first one to hit 90, dude. The first one to hit 90. That's insane. Dude, that's crazy. That is crazy. And hello, Nonchalanto. How you doing? How you doing? Gotta get up at 6. Igor, stay safe out there. Thank you for dropping by. And thank you for lending your expertise. Even though I might not understand what you're talking about, I do appreciate you always explaining. That does matter a lot. Thank you so much. Rest well. Just gonna keep going up. Oh, if I'm lucky. That is a long ass time, dude. Thank you. So does Rickard Colwall send word that your mother has passed. You expected to attend her funeral on the day of Caledor. But I thought it was the day before We felt that a no-show would alert certain parties. All measures have been taken to contact your cover. I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but best not to speak about the operation while you're on leave. Please destroy after reading. Okay, I've destroyed it after reading. But like, we'll be at the old temple the night before the day of Caledor. So they just flat out gave us the wrong day. A scribbled note full of spelling errors. Heard about you, dear old mum. Guess not every day is Miss A's birthday. Sorry about that. This year powder gold is what I got from the gang. Nudged them to donate generous like. The orphanage of yours is a long ways from Kiflin, innit? That orphanage of yours is a long way away from Kiflin, innit? Fuck. Of course, this is actually your split from our next blag, the one we has gots to do without yous. But we'll be fine, no worries. Drop us a nod when you's back in town. Your mucker, One-Eyed Bill. So this one doesn't give us a day at all. Well, that's lovely. Something about honor amongst thieves. My dear friend, please accept this letter from all of us at the Ainarium to support you on your journey. We know you'll be traveling south to the coast of Ferendrak, where the risks are all too real. Rest assured that I and all your colleagues stand with you during this challenging time. Although your father, Lord Colwall, was a good friend, I sadly never had the pleasure of meeting your mother, Mahin. I hope that it brings comfort in your loss to know that word of her ministry reached far and wide, and that she's undoubtedly with Maraiki now. May the flaming sword be with you. Marshal Beric Sunblaze. So 2 of them gave us different days, and 2 of them didn't give us days at all.
Landry? Is that really you?
Oh,
one and only. It's been a long time.
Must be 10 years at least. It's so good to see you. I wish it would have been in different circumstances.
Same here. I'm so sorry for your loss, boy.
Yo! Thana! Hold up, I got you.
Speak about the good old days.
Nope, nope, can't do that right now. It mutes when I tap out.
Whoa. Galavan tree. Well, it fell off a couple of years ago.
I didn't know. I haven't been back since I left the orphanage.
None of us have.
We'll never get
Should have given men the beard. Men needed a beard.
Come on, let's climb down. We used to do it all the time.
Misty was right. Oh, this is gonna go well. Reach the other side of the bay.
Look, everyone, here. We can crawl under this.
I will say, like, environment-wise and like this is gorgeous. Like, this looks great. The characters I'm not super, like, happy with.
Looks like you've been doing that all your life.
But what, getting on all fours? Fucking giggity. But the environment is beautiful. Love that. Had another interview this morning, got one more tomorrow, then I'm done with those for the week. Gotta get my windshield replaced on Friday though, my god. Good luck. I don't know about that, Thana. It's a CRPG that uses Dungeons & Dragons as the baseline for its system. I think environmentally you can definitely make that argument, but I also think we're talking about very different budgets there.
It would have been easy.
Yeah, it's 5 I agree.
Back in town.
I do like the voice acting so far.
Her life. She would have wanted to be buried in the old temple.
I hear Rickard is the temple's new solace. He's gonna say mass at your mother's funeral.
I guess that's why he called for us. It must be tough for him.
Let's hope he doesn't down a bottle of liquid courage beforehand.
Well, okay.
Yeah, the movements are super off. Says the fucking VTuber with the notoriously awful camera caption.
Remember how Mother got mad every time we went down there?
Like, specifically whoever's doing the voice acting for Alex, big fan. The voice acting in Solasta 1 was hilariously bad. This one really isn't. The story in Solasta 1 was also hilariously bad, but that's a different problem. An unnatural creature, yeah, I was wrong. Menton needed a beard. Menton needed a beard. This one's on me.
Crabs used to live in there. It looks like something ate
Oh.
all of them.
We get our abilities here, and I love the fact... Oh, this is great. No, shut up. No! Ah! I love that it explains itself. This is great. That this is not just the roll that you can see up there. So we rolled a 7 on the d20, we have a +2 int modifier, we rolled a 9, that's a success, and our DC was 5. But the fact that it explains itself is superb for people that want to play this, but that aren't coming from a D&D background. Shut up, Landry. This is great. Wonderful. I can't just be negative about shit. Like, this stuff's legitimately good. Find loot. We get generic looking AI, UI, a giant crab pincer and a fishing net. Oh, there's another thing that I think you should all see. There's another thing that I think you should all see that is really nifty. So we have our gameplay options here, right? We have our gameplay options here. We have a difficulty. I haven't messed with any of this. I want to leave this as is because I think that's exactly what we're doing. It's running on karmic die. I'm not going to touch that. That's what it wants to do. Fine. I usually like raw die, but in order to not get annoyed at bad luck streaks, we're going to keep it there for today. Weighted dice, we're definitely not touching. Encumbrance mode. I don't know about you, but I fucking hate encumbrance as a mechanic. So I'm just turning that off. You can send angry letters at my business email. You get a reply in 1 to 10 business years. Whatever. Thank fuck for that. And then autosaves. I do not like that analytics is on by default. It should be the other way around. Thank God for letting me turn off one of the worst mechanics ever invented.
Hey look, the old tower. It's collapsed and ended up down here.
Schmuck Fiemsch.
Of the wall, like the bridge.
Come on, push this bit out the
A
way.
gather party area.
Why don't you do it?
Because my arms are so weak.
Yeah, sure, Landry. Sure. You've unlocked a path through the collapsed tower. Well, there is only one path, so I don't know what you mean by that. Request, what does this card do? I don't know what card you're looking at.
Crappies?
Crappies! That's what it does. It plays the Crappies voice line from Harvestella.
What are those things? Well, they don't look like crabs.
Thanks, Alex.
Anything like them. Best to be cautious.
If we stay low, we might get past without being seen.
Well, one of us has stealth checks. New tutorial, stealth. Let's go. Let's actually look at one of the tutorials. We've seen them fly by. I want to know how they handle tutorials. Wait, is gold were extremely popular mods for BG3? Yeah. There are games where encumbrance deeply matters. Games in which you don't have access to a vendor all the time. Games in which, for example, there's a lot of roguelikes where this might matter. Games in which what your party currently carries in like a survival scenario is deeply impactful to how you perform in a game. However, a lot of the times, especially in like CRPGs, you always kind of have the ability to just fuck off and sell things and then just come back right away. So there isn't any weight attached to encumbrance. It's just annoying. It just makes you go to a minimum of 2 loading screens only to be back where you were before, but 30 minutes later, right? I'm a big fan of encumbrance if there's a point to it. For example, I had a group where we were doing like the stranded island survival thing, right? And in that game, it mattered quite a lot what my players were carrying. Because survival was the problem. That wasn't, them surviving wasn't guaranteed. What they had on them, how much they were able to get from point A to point B very clearly mattered. There was a point where they tried to make a different campsite and to carry stuff from the first campsite to the second one. But every time they made that trip across half the island, different things happened, right? Like they encountered different things. So the track itself wasn't just a fast travel. So what they brought was impactful. I remember on one occasion, one of them left their weapon behind because they tried to carry more stuff in one go because it would cut out like a trip. So left their weapon and a bit of other equipment, and that was obviously the one that they rolled into like a random encounter. So they had to improvise, like they broke apart this crate and improvised the different boards as a weapon throughout it. But unless there is a point to you carrying all of this encumbrance bookkeeping with you, I'm flat out a fan of just getting rid of it. You don't need maximum inventory capacity. You don't need maximum carry weight. None of this shit matters, right? No way to touch the encumbrance. You caught me out on really funky phrasing there, Stark. Anyway, while exploring, you can switch to cautious mode by pressing C or the toggle in the new action bar. While in cautious mode, your characters move slowly and cautiously, effectively becoming stealthy. Your characters are more alert and have a higher chance of spotting traps and discovering hidden objects, so always move in this mode. What you've just taught me is I have a higher chance of finding hidden objects in this mode. Always do that. While in cautious mode, your heroes have a noise circle that indicates how much noise they're making. When a foe enters the circle, they will start detecting your heroes. The size of the circle depends mostly on the type of armor you're wearing, but also on whether you're proficient with stealth or not. Homebrew? Oh, are they marking when they're making things up that aren't part of the basis? Ooh! Wait a second. I like that a lot. That is a very good way to deal with this, because obviously this is a video game thing, right? Your armor impacting like how easy you are to spot is a thing. But that I like. First of all, I like the addition of this noise circle because it's a video gamified version of it. But I do like that they're marking when they are diverging from the system. Very cool way to do that. Nose rings are homebrew. Well, you shouldn't make them at home. Maybe find a professional for that. Whenever foes start detecting your heroes, the detection gauge starts to fill. You need to move to avoid the detection gauge to fill, otherwise your stealth will be broken. The speed at which detection gauges fills depends on many factors, but mostly your stealth skill and the perception skill of the enemy, but be wary of carrying lights. They make you more visible. All right.
We're sneaking. You have to.
Are we? Okay, so my noise ring is relatively small. What's my noise ring on Zoe? How is it the same? is that the same? I don't get it. Huh. I want to...
It's okay. We're good. Stand up now.
Never mind. We're not standing up. You told me this increased my chance of finding hidden items. So unfortunately, this is the mode that I'm going to be traveling in.
Really gave me the creeps.
At least they've gone now. Let's take a look at these ruins.
Hold up, there's loot over here. Well, jump.
Move on.
Fast jump. Bucket and a splinter. Oh, wait. We're making everyone jump a little bit. Oh, hold up. Loot. We have, aha, thieves' tools, money, and fishing nets. Fish nets. Wait, what? Psst, we're sneaking! Oh, no.
I remember this beach.
Kobolds! I see defeat the kobolds. I love kobolds. Aha! See? DC 0. Okay, never mind. Maybe I'm slightly too enthusiastic for a DC 0 check. We found some throwing daggers. One thing that Solasta did Solasta 1 even did very well, and I do want to talk about this, because even though I absolutely disliked the game, it did one thing very, very well, and that is verticality. Solasta 1, even early on, had excellent verticality. It did a really good job of making it so that you could adjust. I thought there was a kobold over there. Target not sensed. Okay, I need to figure out how we are going about this. Then I'm gonna drop down here. There we go. We're just gonna shoot you, right? So main weapon attack ranged 80 feet out of 320 feet. We have a +5 to hit roll, 1d6 +3 piercing damage. We can see quite a lot of things here. Zoe is invisible, hidden. Kobold Veteran does not sense Zoe. It has 10 health. We're not gonna kill it in one. It has an AC of 13 and a movement of 30. 10 of 10 hit points. Really good. I like the combat UI. And now we shoot them. Snake attack! Bitch! Cool. Alright, that's a good start. So we got Kobold rolls initiative and is surprised. Please stop fading out. Give me that back. Rolls wisdom on perception. They all fail. Ha ha ha. Suckers. Kobold Veteran dies. We exact sees this. Alright. Well, I forgot about... Let's be honest, I forgot about sneak attack. I saw 1d6 +1 and was like, yeah, okay. That's cool. The rogue forgot about sneak attack, I know. Okay, so... Main gripe instantly. That took our main action, even though that was pre-combat. That tells me that pre-combat attacking isn't nearly as valuable as it maybe should. We have a use device with nothing valuable at the moment. We have a heroic inspiration we're not going to be using. And we just have our movement. We have our little buttons down here that indicate what's still left. That's very readable. Cool. And we can see... What can we see? We can see 3 kobolds. One over there. One over there. One over there. But we do not see what it is they do, right? That's as it should be. That's fine and fair. Move and dash. You can move up your speed. Blue arrow indicates the max distance you can reach if you use your speed during this turn. If you want to double, you can spend your main action. That would be dashing. We're not going to do that. We're going to end Zoe's turn here. And then we're going to figure out what we're actually doing. Alex. So, we have a spear. We have a spear? I guess. We have Ray of Frost as our cantrip of choice. Ray of Frost has a range of what? 60 feet range. Target not sensed and out of range. The problem is target is not sensed almost anywhere. So if we go down here, we do have line of sight down to this thing. I think that's what it's trying to tell me. Why does this require my dash? You wanted to backstab people with two-handed weapons? No, heavy crossbow, heavy crossbow. Why am I not allowed to Ray of Frost here? I do not wish to move down there. Cast a spell. Chill Touch is obviously chill and touching. Burning Hands is obviously a bit close. Acid Splash? We could just... That's loud. It's trying to melee. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why. I'm trying to figure out why. Annoying bees! Do I not have Ray of Frost? Is that the problem? Why is it listed as favorites then? Is it that we don't have Ray of Frost? I think that might be the problem. I do legitimately think that's the issue. Acid Splash. Yay. Peculiar. Very peculiar. Innate Sorcery. Advantage on the attack rolls. Cast spell bonus. We have Dazzle over there. And then use Devices Potion. And that's it. Okay. Oh, Landry got a Kobold. Leonore. This Kobold has a movement of 30 feet, right? Do I have the ability to ascertain how much 30 feet is? One tile is 5, so I can count, but I can't see it. 3, 4, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's no way that this Kobold gets to us if I run down here. But there's also no reason to really do that, is there? We pick up a bow. And we hyper crit that Kobold to death. We do get to weapon switch freely. Very interesting. Okay, it dashed over here. I was gonna say, that's a very fast Kobold. That is a perception check because we're still stealth. Oh, it's looking that way. That's very interesting. You don't know I'm here. Fuck you. The stealthiest cleric. Bonk it. And then Zoe, that's a 70%er. Can I tell why this is 70%? I cannot. It doesn't matter. Sneak attack. I really like the UI. One thing I can tell you right now is I really like the user interface for this. That is very readable. It explains itself well. I couldn't quite understand why I had certain hit chances there. I would have liked a breakdown of that, but I must have just missed that. That's really well communicated. Okay, that's a lot of chances to, like, not see or see something. And looting is a bit annoying, but that's okay. Maddie, stay safe. Have a good rest, okay? Have a great rest. I will say the highlighting is a bit shit. Like, yellow on sand background's not great.
Here's with Marike now.
So these are the caltrops that we found.
Careful, this place is full of kobold traps.
No chance to ID what the DC for that will be before I click it, so we're just going to have to do that. That's not great. Well, now we know it's a DC 10, so we have, what, a 75 chance to make it? What did we fail there? What just happened? Hold up, what? Rolls a dexterity save against DC... Okay, hold up. Rolls a dexterity thief to... Oh, we failed it and then we rolled to half damage. That's what we did, right? And then we took 1. Okay. That's not really well communicated, but some knowledge of the system will help you with it, at least.
This place is full of kobold traps.
You've said that before. Poison needles. I wonder whether there is a bit of UI element that I'm missing in order to see these things. Money in a potion. Oh no, it's less that I don't know why this is happening, Alex, and more that I would like the game to represent that. Like, it seems like it's trying its best to explain this thing to people that aren't familiar with D&D, hence why like all of this breakdown here is really good. But then on the other hand, not giving you a hit chance breakdown of why your hit chance is what it is feels a bit counterintuitive. If the goal is to onboard players at that time, right? You can make a game and say like, hey, this game is for people that have played 5 billion hours of Dungeons & Dragons, and therefore we expect a certain level of you, a certain level of knowledge to you. You can make a game like that, obviously. But if your intent is, and that's what they've been showing so far, to just onboard players of all knowledge levels, then leaving that particular one out is a bit of a weird one. Oh, we're just back here. Oh, never bloody mind. Hold up, where are we going? I don't feel like we need to short rest now. Oh no, it wants us to short rest, never mind. Okay, fine, it wants us to short rest. So take a short rest to cover hit points and some powers, remaining short rest before taking a long rest, 4. Boop. Limited resources. Short rest complete. With the short rest completed, you can spend hit die to restore hit points or perform certain actions. We're not going to do that. I'm certainly not going to bloody heal 1. We don't have any actions. Lost. With a short rest completed, the following effects have ended. Nothing. Recovered. Nothing. And rest. They only show that in the log. The problem with the log is that that's after I click the button. If you're being a tactics game, you want to give your player information so they can make educated decisions on what their tactics are. In the previous game, AC and stuff was hidden until you fought them a few times, so maybe that data will come as you do more combat. It makes perfect sense to have like enemy info like that hidden. For example, that's how I play in my games as well. I don't tell my players my ACs for things, or they're like 2-hit. I don't tell them that until they can find that out themselves. And once they have enough information, I will absolutely tell them. If they quote unquote guess it correctly, I will tell them. I'm not forever going to keep them in the dark. If they have sufficient experience with that enemy, I will let them know as well, right? But because I don't, like, I mostly do homebrew stuff. I don't run monster manual anythings. I don't run pre-printed anythings. They by default don't know. So it makes perfect sense. However, if I point a bow at an enemy and the game tells me 70% hit chance, that's already info that I shouldn't have, right? So I want a breakdown of that. I don't want detailed enemy stats that makes perfect reasons why I don't have those yet. Maybe I gain them later. Maybe like the characters learn over time. Maybe they don't. That's also fine. Totally down for that. But if you're giving me a % success chance, I want to know why you're giving me that. And it's perfectly okay for you to go like AC ? In that breakdown. Perfectly fine. But I would like to know what is currently impacting things. That's all it is. In the previous game, AC and stuff was hidden until you fought them. Sorry, I read that already. Menton is the golden kid. That's true. During this dialogue, you'll have to choose one role for each character of your party. Golden kid, substitute, scapegoat, or top student. Each role can only be taken once. Each hero holds a role in the family formed after their adoption by Lord Colwall and Maheen. The role you choose for a character impacts the way they interact with each other, how they speak, and the tone they use. Some family roles match well with certain personalities. This is indicated by a thumbs up icon in the next page. The Golden Kid was always Maheen's preferred child, perceived as lucky and favored by others. This role is a good fit for a caregiver or hero personality, of which we don't have anyone, I don't think. The scapegoat was always doing silly things and getting punished. They were perceived as annoying and hurting the family. This character will often tease the siblings and play the troublemaker. This role is a good fit for a jester or outlaw personality. The top student was always the best in class, perceived as a perfectionist and headstrong. This role is a good fit for the sage or innocent. And the substitute was always the leader, protector of the sibling, and perceived as taking on the parent's role without reason. This role is a good fit for a hero or ruler. So already there's like a vast amount of personalities that none of these fit into, which is why we're not going to judge them based off of that. We're going to tell Menton that he's a nerd. Choose the golden child. Asking my brother, I am the golden child. Yeah, okay, I'm down.
I believe we're going to bury Mum.
Mum, we know Martin adopted you, but we didn't realise you were so close.
Maybe, Brim. I was looking for that. That's exactly what I was looking for. I couldn't find it. Leanne is going to be the scapegoat, I think.
They were always Martin's big baby. Go figure.
It's true. We had a special bond.
Well, in your own way, you were special too. You were the one who always got punished.
Alex is the top student.
You were definitely looking for it.
And you were always the swotty teacher's pet, weren't you? You still are.
Guys, come on.
I'm...
Might be a day to remember old times, but don't dig up old quarrels. We know where this goes.
Well, I suppose that's going to be my fault.
You really haven't changed that much.
All right, everyone, listen up. Let's move. The funeral is at midnight, and we still have to climb that cliff.
Halfling just Hermione. Kind of, right? Hermione? That's the way you pronounce that shit. Oh, God. Maybe. I don't know. Like, Alex is just going to be the nerd.
What's she doing?
What do you think, dummy? We're burying Mother. Like you, she's grieving.
I appreciate that there's personalities within the party that you can customize. I do too.
It's time.
I'm already having a better time with this than I had with 1. I can tell you that for a bloody fact.
Come and take a look at what I found.
I am going to be sneaking everywhere.
Great. I was wondering how we were going to get up there.
I had a vague memory there was one around here somewhere, so we just started hacking away.
I am super yacked out by the character movement, though. The character movement and everything feels... Like, once they zoom... Like, here, this is fine. This is fine. Once they zoom in... no. That's a bit of a horror show. That's a bit of a horror show. I don't like it at all. The voice acting, on the other hand... Cool! Thumbs up!
Lucas. It's been a while.
She's an orca?
Troublemakers. Like old times. You haven't changed a bit. Oh. Landry.
Hiya, Dee.
Is this a party or a funeral?
Rickard sent us a message.
Yes. He sent me one too.
He said you didn't answer. He was worried.
Oh, really? How interesting.
We had to come and pay our respects.
You don't need an excuse. She adopted you. You're her children as much as I am.
It's probably
Oh,
time
the
to
blood
go,
child.
don't you think?
Give me a moment. I'll join you there.
Cool armor, by the way. Drive the Storm King's thunder thighs. Oh no.
What was that about Rick?
Slightly better than Slay the Spire 2. I have no opinion on that. Does SDS have voice acting? Wait. I see loot. So the highlight button is a bit dog shit, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the highlight button does very little. This isn't highlighting anything. This is giving some things like a piss yellow glow. And that's it. Like, that could be, like, leagues better, but the game is going into early access tomorrow. The game is not fully releasing, so there is time and space for feedback for these things. Exactly those things, right? This is something that's very easily fixable on top of all of this.
Sorry for your loss.
I also see that glitter and I can't touch it, and that's infuriating. Okay, I'm not the only one that doesn't know that, and that's wonderful then. Wait, and now I can't... Huh? I can't click things anymore. Wait, what happened? I can't click things anymore. What's going on? I was able to talk to this vendor earlier, now I cannot. And I was able to... Huh? Needs as an outline more than a white/yellow filter. I think so too, Brim. Like a thicker white outline around the item would go a long way of making it stand out. Hold up. Let's give this a save real quick. Quick manual save, and then we're gonna just restart the bugger and see what happens. Bugged out? I think so. Something happened that made it go awry. Let's see whether they can fix it with a reload. I actually really enjoyed Solasta 1, but I played it multiplayer. I think multiplayer is a way to like get rid of a lot. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Multiplayer would get rid of a lot of the issues that I had with Solasta 1, yeah. The fact that it was lacking that social element. Absolutely. I can see that being better. Okay, that's a nice story you have that doesn't exist. Unlike items and inventories, gold is shared within your party. When you buy or sell an item with one character, it affects the party's overall wealth. Item prices depend on your party's relationship with a merchant's faction. They do not change when you switch character. Okay. Use tab to switch between your characters. In the purchase and sell views, you can use the tabs at the top of the list to filter the items by type. Buying back, you sell an item by mistake and simply buy it back at the same price. To do this, yep, okay, that's all convenient stuff. We have a lot of books. A tiny diamond. A pearl. 100 GP diamond that can be sold or used as spellcasting components. A 100 GP diamond for 90? Please let the first goddess book be smut. A small religious book about the worship of Maraiki. I don't think it is. This does not... The description does not in... What's the word? Fuck. I forgot the word. The description doesn't give much hope there. Domain expansion, fine imaginary store. Yeah. The lighting there is frightening, by the way. Inspire. The word was inspire, son. Thank you. The word I was looking for was inspire. You're absolutely right. So, one thing that doth freak me a little bit. Spells. We have our little spells here. Yeah, we just don't know Ray of Frost. Ray of Frost is just not something that we know. This is what happens when you go with a quick builder. But it is still marked as our favorite spell. That is very funny. That is very funny. Can I mark something else as my favorite spell? I wouldn't know how to. Never mind. I would not know how to. That's all there is here. I'm sure there'll be smut in time, Nix. Don't worry about it. With time comes smut. You know what it is, they say. I will say the environment is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Like, well done on that front.
You made it. Theokas.
Why is everyone so shocked?
What happened?
She died?
I don't know. She wasn't sick, and yet she knew Maraiki was coming for her.
It doesn't make any sense.
I grew up with a girl named Maraiki, so this is such a weird name to me, dude.
For you. It's Kaladar. Time to honor Mother. We'll talk later.
It doesn't make any sense.
That's a very sudden storm.
Thank you for coming. I know it was a long trip.
We had to come. She meant a lot to us. But you know that.
Yes.
Lies. Lies. You should have saved her.
I told you, it was Mariah Kay's will. It was her time, and she wanted to go in peace.
Did she tell you that? Or is it what you tell yourself?
Dee, I'm begging you.
We can still bring her back.
No! She told me not to. She deserves the peace of death.
Okay, we're bringing up the fact that we are D&D and we can revive people. Alright. Or we could be a necromancer. Yeah, okay. The necro part of that should really give you pause, lady. Nice stunning blow. Stab. Not stab. Statue! Okay. Combat! Okay, alright, I have to mention this. Fucking love the fact that we brought up in cutscene, why the fuck aren't we rezzing her? Yes! More of that, please, thank you. That's such a small thing, but it's always so, you know, it's always such a blatant oversight in most video games. Cutscene death, right? And I do like the fact that we're bringing it up in universe, even though if our excuse is just she told me not to. That's a pretty basic excuse, but I do like that it's there. So it wants us to push this down onto her, but we'll probably have to deal with these things. We're gonna villain arc. There was clearly something happening with her, right? Like, she was clearly influenced somehow. Okay, so what do? Our basic attack chances are a bit, you know, not great. I cannot find a way. Let's see whether there's something in our controls. Controls, not that. Direct control. Assuming direct control. Move over obstacles, yeah. Indirect, pan camera, no highlight interactives, quick save, quick load, cancel together party. There is not. That's okay. I suppose that's okay. Top right when you hover over an enemy, what? AC 13 since you have +5 attack. Hannah! Hannah! Welcome home, hon. Welcome home. Did you drive safe? Billions did die. How did the drive go? There's top right. We do see the AC. We do see the AC. So based off of that, I can probably calculate, but I don't want to. That's math. Math is for nerds. We're just gonna hit this thing. Wow! We're just gonna hit this thing actually really hard. It's now sapped. Has disadvantage on its next attack roll. Why is it now sapped? Hold up. Things happened there. Rolls an attack. We hit. It's now sapped. Leonore masters sap and inflicts disadvantage on the target's next attack. What the fuck is sap? Is that a weapon skill? That's a weapon skill, huh? Weapon Mastery, Weapon Skill 2024 rule. Okay, you all know more than me. That's great. So this is just something that can happen on attack with a sword? Time to cast Wrap on Care? Please give me a blanket, thank you. I made sure to put a chainsaw on the hood so that I could not be stopped. Good, good, good girl. Well done. Each weapon has its own skill with a longsword specifically. Alright, cool. This is shit that I do not know about. That is stuff in the system that I don't know about. Wonderful. And that is because we rolled particularly high or because we are just that baller? I don't know. Is there somewhere I can see things like this? Is there something I can see? Sap. If you hit a creature with this weapon, that creature has disadvantage on its next attack roll before the start of your next turn. This just happens. Okay. Weapon Mastery. Mastering a weapon can allow you to unleash special effects in combat. You can change your list of mastered weapons after a long rest. So technically this should be somewhere in here, right? Great weapon. Weapon Masteries. Select 3 weapon mastery types. Okay, I've done that. Where are they? Not in here, not in saving throws, in trainings. Weapon Masteries. Greatsword. If your attack roll with this weapon misses a creature, you can deal damage to that creature equal to the ability modifier you use to make the attack roll. Cool. Longbows. If you hit and deal damage to a creature with this weapon, you can reduce its speed by 10 until the start of... Oh, fuck. And long swords. If you hit a creature with this weapon, that creature has a disadvantage. Okay. 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 I can fuck with this. Very cool. Fighter powers. We have Second Wind. And that's all we have. And then in that case, I would like to look at the exact same thing on Zoe. We don't have a heavy crossbow, but I want to know what it does. Oh, it pushes. It just flat out pushes things. Sick. And then this slows. Cool. Also very cool. Do we just shoot this thing? We just shoot this thing, huh? We can't, like... I mean, a 65% is going to be bad, right? Yes, Stark, I do like that too. We're just going to take like a really bad shot here, I think. What do we have for advanced combat actions? Dash, we have disengage, we have dodge. None of this is relevant right now. We fail our roll here. That is perfectly fine. And then we're going to try and go over here. Fine. Okay. It had disadvantage, so it failed, which means now it's no longer sapped. We are, however, in... Oh, this game explains itself so much better than its predecessor. This is so much more readable. This is some good shit. Not gonna lie, this is still the problem of D&D combat, where, like, your hit chances are gonna be generally shit until you can break the game. However, there is some good stuff in here. I would like to try and dazzle that. Rolls a dexterity save. That means they succeeded, so they're not dazzled right now. So instead, we're going to try to chilling touch them. I wanted to fuck off. Now I don't get to. They're now chilled. Cannot receive any healing. That's not relevant for us. I guess we're kind of stuck. Well, we could have advanced combat action disengaged. But I think I'd much rather just kill this thing. It does take the entire party to do that. Light doesn't help us here. I just realized we have a crossbow here that we could have given to Zoe to make this better. Having to ask the party, why are we fighting a ball of water and its pets? This is our dead adoptive mother. This is her daughter who went crazy and asked why we aren't just rezzing her. And now she's trying to necro her back to life. That's how far we are. Memory sense doesn't help us. Okay, I was hoping that... They explode on death! That's helpful! Oh. Okay, so we can't get around that, right? We can't just get around that. Do we have anything that helps us with it? Yes, I know. There is an asshole in the way. I am sorry. Here, I'll tag him and then double click to dash. We're dashing there. Unfortunately, we don't have much else to do in that regard. Hell, we can't even... We can shoot him. Snake attack! Woo! And then we're slowly but surely making our way downtown. Oh, there's another one! Fuck! Oh, hi there. Okay. That's going to make that more difficult. Cool. What if we... Acid Splash doesn't friendly fire, right? Creates a distance. This is obviously like all like slightly bugged. Each creature in that sphere. No, it definitely does. It just doesn't highlight allies. So we can't do that. Bees! As yet unexplained, they saw the light show and walked in. I believe they mistook the funeral for a heavy metal concert or just trying to start a mosh pit. That feels accurate. That feels accurate. What do we have for like things we can do? We don't have free... Oh, we don't have free hands. That's the problem, huh? Now we do. I think we are just going to try to Sacred Flame our way through this. Slowly but surely. Very slowly. Very surely. We don't need a healing word here. We can't dazzle because we're not in touch range. Get him! He doesn't get them. Nice cure? Not relevant. Why are you hitting?
Stop this madness! She won't come back! She
I don't believe you!
What do I do? I need to get rid of this guy so Zoe can run through, right? Because we need to push this with our full action. Well, not a full action, with our main action. This telling of Cinderella is way more badass. Yeah. I think we're the bad one here. And then he explodes. That makes sense. And then congratulations. No, that's not what I... Okay, never mind. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. You hold there. And they do get attack of opportunity if they won't pass us even though they're engaged. Is that normal? We have quick anyway, right? So enemies have disadvantage on attacks of opportunity against us. Very cool, thank you. And then Zoe can fuck with that next turn. Another one just spawned. Another stone person has hit the building. Also, why is what is? Are those the bees? Are those the annoying bees I cast? It feels like those are the annoying bees. If I was the other stone guy, where would I be? Over there. Okay. In cosplay progress news, I can confirm I now have a measurement for the screw threads on the base of the sci-fi bullet cartridge I can work with. Ooh! We'll order some parts for that next week and begin what I hope to be the final assembly. Nonchalant, I would love to see. I would love to see once you're further into the progress. That's so cool. I believe that is something. It's not the bees. It's something. Dashing through the fight. Hi. We're taking very, very brazen bad attacks here. And then that's all fine and dandy. Okay, you didn't have to do that. It doesn't trigger anything when standing there. So I don't know what that effect is, in other words. I do not know.
The pillar! Behind
Yes,
her!
I'm aware.
Knock it down!
This keeps happening, and they do keep respawning, and they won't stop coming, and they won't stop coming, and they won't stop coming. Until Zoe does this. Donk! Really hammer that point home. Rusto! Yo, Rusto, how you doing? What even is a Kivuli anyway? Those things. No idea. Probably minor bug. Yeah, I assume it is just a random ass spell effect that lingers, Brim, even though it's not supposed to. What the f- That face! Huh? If you have dark vision, you die here. Like your eyes just burn out. Remember, this is D&D. Gods are actually real. That seems fair. Huh?
I tried. I did everything you asked of me.
Huh?
Why did you take her from me? Shadwin was right. You are the betrayer. And you have betrayed me!
Piercing dialogue. No? Oh! I assume that's not supposed to fall in. Well, well, well. Dude, my graphics card is still trying to escape into the stratosphere. It's like unholy. That actually works? Hold up. I was gonna say, now she just buries us.
Failed to keep the covenant again.
What does that mean?
We are Colwolds too. Marhin was a mother to us. We shall honor the covenant.
What does that mean?
You would take Marhin's burden to save her son.
What's the covenant?
What is the covenant? Your sacred heritage, a blessed journey to undertake, a flame to keep alive.
Okay, fine. What? That didn't explain shit.
We will. So be it.
If you click no, does the game just end? What is the Covenant? Quest? Ooh, I like quests. Processing shaders. We know you just left, but could you step back in here for a second? Indeed. Kick 1,500 kittens in 3 different continents. Wow. I'm not entering no covenant without reading the fine print. That's the problem. I don't think there is a fine print, TB. I think that's legitimately the entire letter and spirit of the covenant.
Where are we?
That's bad.
Neokos. She sent me back.
Where?
What is she, the goddess of travel?
Rick.
Retro, you have to explain to me what the fuck OM means. You keep saying it and I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. Forgive me, I'm old.
Why did you have to take everything from me? Shadwin was right. It's all lies. Deceit. All of it.
Who is Shadwin? That animation did not line up correctly.
Wait!
Doing the Yamcha pose. Blah.
He's alive.
He made it!
What happened? Where is the Orchid?
She's gone. Don't move. We'll go get help.
She threw something badly and then ran away.
Fine. I guess I'll stay here.
Did that really happen? Did we really speak to Marike?
I cannot take that name seriously. I'm so sorry.
What? God's teeth unbranded.
Well, that looks bad.
So am I. Marike's symbol.
Slight inconvenience for Alex.
Clear.
I'd have a couple of questions for her.
Me too. Like what?
Falsy. Oh, don't bring that on my doorstep.
What about those weird stone creatures protecting Diorcus?
We're turning to Crystal in a second.
Help for Rickard should be our priority.
I thought we found help for him. That's why we did this entire thing. She even did a shitty job of saving his life. Great. I've got to say, I have had a much, much better time with this intro than I did with Soul 1. A much, much better time. So, Mother died of mysterious circumstances and had a do not resuscitate standing order. Sister and her supposedly, like, daughter by blood has a real big problem with that. And so does our goddess that the entire family quote-unquote worships/works for. And now we've been given a quest, capital Q, and we don't know shit about that. You know what? That is a setup that's equal parts easy enough and also intriguing enough for me to get behind. Easy enough and intriguing enough for me to get behind. However, we're ending here for today. Ha! Oh, hold up. The capture. Ha! Okay. Okay, Magnus! So, I want to really quickly kind of talk about what we did today. Before I leave you all, I kind of want to summarize today. Just for a little bit, if you'd humor me. what we just saw from Solasta 2 over the course of today's stream, that really surprised me. I mean, I talked about it at the beginning of stream, right? I went into this really trying not to hate it because I really disliked 1. And I think I did that. I don't dislike this. I'm ending right now, Magnus. I'm just wrapping up real quick. There's a couple of points like in favor of it and a couple of points that are like that I currently do not like. And I want to go through those with you all because the game isn't out yet. Like you all will have access to this tomorrow when it launches in early access. So I kind of want to wrap up my thoughts real quick. Firstly, let's start with the things I didn't like. Unreal Engine 5. Why? It runs fluently, however, my system is crying. This runs well, but it does not feel optimized at all. And Unreal Engine will be the main culprit of that. I am majorly worried about the engine this is in. It didn't have to be like this. Why the fuck? That is an awful decision. Obviously, that's not going to change. Obviously, they're not going to switch engine now, right? That is a big minus point that will stand, like, that the game is just going to be in Unreal Engine 5. A really annoying point that won't stand, hopefully, for long, and that is very easily fixable, is the fact that the game auto-mutes when you tap out of it. And there is no option in the options menu to fuck with that. I'm hoping that over the course of early access they will change that. Because that part is infuriating, and I wish it wasn't there. And then the third point that I'm currently not enjoying whatsoever is the character animations are not good. Not great whatsoever. They are janky, they feel animatronic in parts, they don't sync well. We're not even going to bring up clipping issues. That's just going to happen because of equipment and stuff. But they are not good whatsoever. Other than that, the game is beautiful. The characters, no. No. And believe it or not, that is my list of bad things I don't like. If you had asked me yesterday or before today's stream whether that list was going to be longer, I would have for sure told you, yeah, absolutely. We're going to have a laundry list. There are a lot more things that I liked about this. First of all, while the writing isn't going to be high writing, Solasta 1 wasn't either, that's not really the focus of it. This is good enough that I'm interested in it. The game communicates with you also very, very clearly. I like the UI, I like how it conveys information, I like the breakdown, I like the log in the way that it's styled. The game goes out of its way to try to onboard people of all skill and knowledge sizes, and that's bloody good. I really, really enjoy that. The character creator seemed perfect. Well, the character sheet creator seemed perfectly fine too. Pretty easy to parse, even for newcomers. And you have multiple options to how to create a character. You can quick create a character, you can do it slowly, you can do it like granularly. They do have the advanced thing there. They have pre-made characters for people that don't want to bother at all. All of that is great. Every single one of these like facets is fantastically done. Like it a lot. On top of that, I think the rest of the game's beautiful. Like I said, the character's not so much, but the rest of it looks nice. It better fucking do in UE5, but a cool environment, right? Combat has felt pretty good. The animations and the snappiness of it all is pretty fast. Pretty good feedback on why something happens, what happens, and if you have any questions, you can hover over the log. All of that is well done too. The voice acting is pretty good from what we've seen so far. Is more than just adequate. I liked what I heard from the voices today. Unfortunately, they don't mesh with the character animations, and those visually drag it down a little. It's always hard to just go by audio, because you do see how they're represented in character, right? So it meshes a bit, but I've enjoyed the performance of the voice actors I've heard so far. Overall, I'm really intrigued by this. I expected to see much worse than what we've seen today, and cool. I am hoping that over the course of Solasta 2's early access, they will do their damnedest to like fix some of these issues and maybe optimize the bloody thing, because like I can hear my fans still roaring. Like I'm on a fairly powerful GPU with a fairly damn good CPU behind it. Like, and 64 fucking gigs RAM. Like, none of this should even touch my system, even though I'm running OBS and VTube Studio and all of these other annoying things. This shouldn't, like, even bother my system, and yet it's, like, audibly annoying my machine to run this. Overall, and this is where I'm gonna draw like the final line, the final conclusion. Overall, I'm very surprised by this, and actually very positively surprised by this. There is a very, very good chance that over the course of early access, or at least when the game releases, I will want to like look at this fully. Whereas previously to looking at it today, I would have told you that I'm probably not going to do a full playthrough. But once this gets further or out of early access, there's every chance we're going to fire a playthrough of this. Overall, great showing. Great showing. So for all of you that are interested in it, I got early access to it today. Thank you, Kepler. Publisher, wonderful. Love working with you all. They've been really nice to me, and they answer my emails for some reason. They actually sent me the original email in Spanish, which I do not speak. So I replied going like, huh? They were very cool about it. Thank you for streamer privilege. It's been really nice. And yeah, cool. Sick. Fine, I'll do it, but I won't be happy about it. Nonchalanto, all things down, all cards on the table. That was my attitude going into today's stream. Fine, I'll do it, but I won't be happy about it. Today's stream was going to be an obligation to like my preferred genre and my preferred niche, rather than a stream that I really, really wanted to do. At the end of today's stream, I'm really glad that I did that. I'm really glad I looked at it, because this got me to want to play it once we go through development. If they fix the fucking performance, I'm not willing to burn my system down because of it. So keep going like this. If this keeps going like this, I'm going to be absolutely happy to play it. I am going to... Hold up, I need to show you something. Who speaks like this? Are you sure you want to quit the game and return to the operating system, human? Who writes shit like this? Return to the operating system. No, overall, very positively surprised. Glad I did it. Twitch chat. That's going to be it for today. Thank you all for being here. Tomorrow, really quickly before you all run off into all directions, tomorrow starts an experiment. Tomorrow starts an experiment, and that is that starting tomorrow, I am moving my stream times. For those of you that haven't seen my schedule yet, stream is going to start 2 hours earlier than it usually does. We're normally starting at 6 p.m. CET. We're going to be starting at 4 p.m. CET. That is going to be true for Thursday and for Friday and for basically all of next week. While I'm on vacation, I want to kind of like test drive that time. And on top of that, we are starting our main playthrough for the foreseeable future tomorrow. Because we're getting a 24-hour early look at the full release version of Monster Hunter Stories 3. I am like a kid before Christmas right now. I've been patiently waiting for Stories 3 to come out. And give it to me. I need it. I require it. Please. Please. But we're going to do that tomorrow. We're going to do that tomorrow, everyone. For now, I will take you and I'll throw you at eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We're going to throw you at Laxi. Wow, my selection method is impeccable. Impeccable, I tell you. Woo! Listen, everyone. I hope you all have a great rest of your day or night or evening, whatever it currently is, wherever you are. Thank you for being here. And I just glad you got to spend some of your time here. I really, really enjoy having you all here. Thank you so much. I hope to see you again tomorrow. 4 p.m. Remember, it will be early. It will be early. I'll post in Discord and everything, and hope to see you there. Until then, everybody, take your message and have a great rest of your day. Good night.